The Bears counter with the veteran called Sweetness, who for years has been in a class by himself. The long road to this game has brought these two teams to this place and this moment. You are looking live at sold-out Soldier Field, where it's the Sunshine Boys from California against the Monsters of the Midway. For today's winner, the next stop, New Orleans and Super Bowl 20. The Bears and the Rams in the NFC Championship.
And by Stroh's and Stroh Light. Now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is spoken here. And now, live from Soldier Field in Chicago, here's Brent Musburger.
How ready is the city of Chicago? Well, if the Bears don't beat the Rams today, there'll probably be a mass suicide before sunset. This city has never been so fired up about a championship event. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. How important is the home field advantage? Well, for 5 straight years, the home team has won the NFC Championship. But the last club to break through was the Los Angeles Rams. They did it against the Buccaneers down in Tampa. Now for Chicago, they are thirsting for a title of any kind. The last time they won a championship, 1963, and it was up in Wrigley Field where the Bears got the job done against the New York Giants. But since then in Chicago, it's been the curse of the Black Cat. The Cubs could not put San Diego away. The White Sox lost to Baltimore. The Bears were shut out by San Francisco. And now the all-important factor in today's title game, the weather conditions. And here they are. This morning it was 42. It has been dropping ever since. The wind chill is now down to 10 degrees. And the key statistic to keep in mind is that that wind is gusting at 24 miles an hour. It is going to be a nightmare for kickers and perhaps even quarterbacks. The Los Angeles Rams come in here from Anaheim. They, of course, were very concerned about the weather. And let's show you how they got ready for their trip to the Windy City. Came in early to Chicago to get accustomed to the cold. But the weather was 40 degrees and sunny. So for all the cold weather preparations, LA found itself working out in a Windy City heat wave. But then today, Ron Brown put on the gloves when he tested the chilly air here in Soldier Field. Now, how about the punter, Dale Hatcher? Remember Sean Landetta? Well, today, Hatcher went out early, practiced dropping the ball in the wind. And for 15 minutes, he did nothing but punt toward the opposite ends of the stadium. The kickers, though, Kevin Butler missed 3 field goals against the Giants. And, of course, Lansford comes in here. He's a barefooted kicker. Irv Cross, how are they going to handle conditions today in Soldier Field?
Kevin Butler and Lansford both will have their hands full trying to contend with this wind, because it's kind of hard to tell which direction it's coming from, whether it's east, west, north, or south. Who knows? It's swirling in the stadium. Butler told me earlier that when he's going to kick to the opposite upright of the wind. The wind's coming right to left. He'll kick right to left, have the ball float between the uprights. Lansford, on the other hand, said he's going to drill it right down the middle. If it goes, fine. If it doesn't, well, then that's the way it goes. Earlier today, the field was covered, or last night, rather, the field was covered with a tarp, and heat was blown under the tarp to keep the field soft and dry. So the track is a fast track. Field's in great condition. Of course, the runners, both Dickerson and Payton, should do well on this kind of a surface.
Very much a part of the offense from a special team standpoint.
And his daughter, Virginia McCaskey, is upstairs with her husband Ed and their lovely family. And at the conclusion of this game, Virginia will present the George S. Hallis Trophy to the winning team. I'll tell you, Jimmy, the old man would have loved a day like this.
He started all this, Brent. You know, he's the father of the NFL. And I'll tell you one thing, he's still here. Who do you think made Landetta miss that punt? And who's bringing in all this cold weather? It's George Hallis.
Soldier Field for the NFC Championship, and we'll have more of our pregame coverage after these messages.
Tired of winter giving with a cold shoulder? Ozark is turning on the heat. Make some adjustments on placing the ball, and we don't care which one brings it back. If Brown wants to bring it back, it's our job to tackle him, and I think we'll do that today. The main thing I want to see us do is put the points on the board, so we do have to kick off. And then if that's going to be a factor, then it's a factor. We'll do the best we can to combat it. Dickerson is a good football player, but so is Payton, so is McMahon, so is Goff, so is McKinnon. We have a lot of good football players, too. And we feel that we can control them. I'm not saying we'll stop them, but we have to control them. We can't give them the big run, and that's what it's all about. Anybody that goes 12-4 in this league is got a chance.
Do you think that they might, pull something tricky or not tricky, maybe go to the pass more or go to him more? Because, I've been kind of following the Rams all year, and one of the gripes is why don't they get the ball to Dickerson more by the pass? He's great with the run and everything, and all this talk about Dede or Brock not being a real good quarterback. Do you anticipate anything different, so to speak, in getting the ball to Dickerson?
They might flare him out of the backfield some and drop the ball off to him, but then again, it's against what they've done. He's caught 20 balls this year. Peyton's caught 49, and we don't go to Peyton either. So what I'm saying is if they do it, it'll be a departure from what they do, and fine. We'll be one-on-one out there most of the time when he comes out, but we'd like to have him out there one-on-one because he's got no help in front of him. We feel that he can make the play. His strength is when he runs behind that line and makes a quick break and hits the hole. So if they're going to change up, then it's a departure from what they have done, and that means that they're really worried about not being able to run the football. And if they can't run the football, they can't win the football game.
Also, everybody, talks about their specialty teams and Dickerson, but their defense, early in the year, I guess they were playing, pretty good football, and they've got a pretty good pass rusher in Jeter.
The sunshine never really came down on Ernie
What do you
Banks
anticipate, or what are you going to try to do as far as, facing their defense, which, like I say, it seems to be, no one seems to be talking about it, but I think they're a pretty good defensive team.
I think the matchup will be our offense against their defense, and I think that they do have a good defense. Early in the year, they were the best defense in the league. They weren't just a good one, they were the best. And they had a little drop-off, and then they've come back and they played well again at the end, and they're very consistent. They've got a lot of good athletes. And Jeter's a great pass rusher. He's a good defensive end, but then again, he's going up against our strength and Colbert. So it ought to be a good matchup over there, and we're going to try to control them the best we can. Again, we don't want to get into too many predictable passing situations. We are going to throw the football. The wind's blowing out there, and it's going to have a factor on what you do field position-wise and a few other things. I think the main thing is you got to put points on the board, and you got to let them keep coming to us, and that's what we want to try to do.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask you. What do you really have to do? And I guess it's the same old story. If you score first, then it just makes it that much tougher to go against you.
I think the idea, Dick, is to score first and often, and then we'll just let the chips fall where they may.
Well, good luck, Mike. And that's Mike Ditka, and I'm Dick Butkus. We'll be back with the opening kickoff of today's game in just a few minutes.
For everyone here at WGN Radio, this is Chuck Swirsky. Go Bears. Bears football is next.
Quarterback, and everybody is well. In other words, the Packers have grown into big fat football.
Right, so you like them to win the game, Dan?
It's a very close game, Fred. Outside of the quarterback and the home field advantage, that's about the only advantages the Bears have. The Rams are a good ball.
Today's game is being brought to you by True Value Hardware Stores. The more you got to do, the more you need True Value Hardware Stores, because they've got what it takes. Today, Chevrolet will invite you to live the style, performance, and fun of Chevrolet in 86. The Illinois Office of Tourism, Department of Commerce and Community Affairs, Amoco Premium Lead-Free, Amoco, your car knows, and Heilemann Old-Style Beer, brewed with water from when the earth was pure. At stake here today, Soldier Field in Chicago, the NFC Championship and a trip to New Orleans for Super Bowl 20. The 16-1 Chicago Bears play host to the 12-5 Los Angeles Rams. And a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. I'm Wayne Larrabee with Jim Hart and Dick Butkus. It'll be our pleasure to describe this afternoon's game for you. The Bears are the NFC title contest for the second year in a row, but this year, many feel anything short of a trip to New Orleans would be disastrous. Standing in the way of that spot at Super Bowl 20, the formidable Los Angeles Rams, winners of the NFC Western Division. The Bears advance with the most impressive 21-0 victory over the New York Giants last Sunday here in Chicago. Meanwhile, the Rams blanked Dallas 20-0, earning a berth alongside the Bears of the title clash here at Windy Soldier Field. Two teams with great running backs and great defenses. The Bears, a much more balanced offense than do the Rams, who rank last in the league in passing this season. But the Rams have the finest special teams, led by kick returner Ron Brown, who led the league in kickoff returns with a 32.8 average. He took 3 kickoffs back for touchdowns. For Jim Hart and Dick Butkus, all week, I guess throughout the second half of the year, ever since the Bears clinched the home field berth throughout the NFC playoffs, as long as they remained alive, everybody was talking about the weather. And they were thinking about Bridget, Lake Michigan. The cold temperatures and I guess the thermometer down around 0. But what we have here today is a temperature in the range of about 38 degrees, but we've got a lot of wind. So weather is a big factor. Not the kind of weather we expected, but nonetheless a big factor in this game.
Well, the weather is going to be a factor because it's a factor for both teams, and the cold weather would not necessarily be such a big factor for the Bears because they're more used to it. But now with this wind, it's going to be an equal thing for both teams. It's going to be very tough to throw the ball and very tough to kick the ball because of that swirling wind.
I think they believe they're going to win. I'm not sure the Rams believe that.
Chicago Bears being introduced to this crowd here. Let's go down now to the public address announcement.
Left tackle, number 76 from Texas, Steve McMichael. At right tackle, number 72 from Clemson, William Gary. At right end, number 95 from Tennessee State, Richard Dent. Left linebacker, number 55 from Louisville, Otis Wilson. At middle linebacker, number 50 from Baylor, Mike Singletary. At right linebacker, number 58 from Florida, Wilbur Marshall. At left corner, number 27 from Arizona State, Mike Richardson. At right corner, number 21 from Elkhorn State, Leslie Frazier. At strong safety, number 22 from Notre Dame, Dave Stewartson. And at free safety, number 45 from Yale, Jerry Simpson.
So the Bears have been introduced to this crowd. It's a sea of orange pom-poms here at Soldier Field, and a very colorful scene indeed. Dick Butkus, let's take a look at this Rams defense. And first off, the number one thing they talk about is that the Rams try to play zone defenses, and this may be something that Jim McMahon might look to work under.
Well, that's true, Wayne, and what you have to do with the zone, of course, is throw something in the mid-range. You can't go deep, which is fine today because of the wind. So I think they're going to attack in between the wind.
Right now, our national anthem.
Early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ready, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Sandy Patty and our national anthem, and this crowd is ready to go. Dick Butkus, I apologize every time I send it to you. We go down to the field for something else. But
That's all right. But another thing, I think, talking to some of the coaches and everything before the game, that the Rams, I said, do you think they're going to do anything different like maybe the Giants did last week? And they don't really anticipate anything different. They play a straight-up zone, and they go with the 3-4 or whatever, and they don't red dog much. And it's going to be key where the outside linebackers line up. And if they're going to line up like they normally have, I see the Bears running between tackle and tackle. Last week we mentioned that the Giants were throwing up their defensive cornerbacks and safeties, which eliminated kind of the sweeps and everything. Today, I think we're going to see more inside running. And one coach went so far as to say that if everything works the pattern, if they don't really change that much, that he looks to see the Bears rushing for about 200 yards.
Jim Hart, when you look at this defense and you take it apart, the Los Angeles Rams I'm speaking of now, and if you're a quarterback, everybody says patience is the big key when you're working against his own defense. Don't bite off any more than you can chew at one time.
That's exactly right. It's a zone, and they're protecting against the deep pass, thinking that you're not going to be able to move the ball downfield, throwing underneath, but you're going to make a mistake. And the longer they can keep you from getting a big play, and the closer they think that you are to making a mistake. So the key is that everyone plays their position and keeps everybody in front.
I think it's only a matter of time, and if Eric Dickerson's career continues as the first 3 years of it have gone, he also will be in the Hall of Fame someday. Let's talk about these two runners. They're both featured by their offense.
Well, as far as Waller goes, size-wise, comparing him to Dickerson, Dickerson's a lot bigger, and surprisingly, he's got some speed. He doesn't block at all, probably. I give him that much credit. He maybe does block, but Waller, as far as an all-around back, I don't know. It's tough to pick anybody over Waller. And I think today, Waller had a couple good games against the Rams, and then last year or whatever out in L.A., he didn't have that hot of a game. But I'm looking to see Waller at least get 100. They're very confident that they can run against this team.
Well, and Derek Dickerson, Buddy Ryan brought up the point earlier in the week. He says he thinks Dickerson will put the ball on the carpet 3 times. It's kind of a bold statement. Dickerson, in 14 games this year, has fumbled 10 times. But the fact remains, the Bears going to go for the
fumble or things like that. I'd like to see a good, hard football game, and both sides doing well offensively and defensively, and not being decided by a fumble.
Catches are heading to the 50-yard line. In a few moments, we'll know who has won the toss.
Speculation, Wayne, as to what to do if you win the toss.
Exactly.
Just win. We talk about the weather, but you can throw the weather business out the door. It's really the wind that's most important here. It's really not cold out of the field. If that wind is swirling, as we were standing out there talking, it wasn't bitingly cold, but you couldn't tell from which direction the wind was coming.
Let's go down to the 50-yard line now for the toss of the coin.
In these weather conditions, what chance could they hope to have?
If they didn't think they had a chance, if they didn't think they had a strong chance, they wouldn't have traveled all the way across the country, because these guys are confident. This is a confident Rams team.
Now the onus is on the Rams. What are they going to do?
People start to
talking it over with them right now.
Just look at the obvious things. Look at the quarterback and they say, well, Peter Brock isn't this or that. They don't look at the more subtle things, and it's the subtle things that got
so the Rams on offense to start the game will move from right to left. The Bears, when they get the football offensively, will go from left to right here this first period of play. 38-degree temperature, wind chill about 10 degrees with a very strong 24-mile-per-hour wind out of the west. Falling temperatures, 40% chance of rain maybe later in the day before it would turn to snow possibly tonight. So the Rams of the Chicago Bears getting set to do battle. Eric Dickerson and Walter Payton, all the great names are here. This is the NFC title game. And again, the Rams win the toss and elect to receive.
So they get in the game and they
starts right from the opening kickoff, and it's true here because of the people that the Rams have back there.
But the Rams are coming in here, they're saying that they're going to run Eric Dickerson.
It's important that Butler, with the win, or if they do have it down there to their backs, is to try to get the ball in the end zone and eliminate that phase of the game, because this guy can fly.
Very difficult, as we mentioned in the pregame, to tell exactly where the wind is blowing on the field. You can see it on the top of the stadium, on the top of the dish, but on the field it's a little bit different. The trajectory is different. It's swirling a little bit more down there. And also, later on in the game, in a field goal try, you try 45 or 40-yard field goal try. If the wind isn't blowing right for you, it could be a very difficult try and might dissuade you from even trying it. Then you might go for the corner of the coffin on a punt.
Special teams coach Steve Caesar said that they would most likely try to squib the kick, not try to kick it into the swirling wind. It'd be nice if you could kick it into, say you could kick it into the end zone every time, but I don't think the wind is going to allow you to kick it in the end zone. So he's going to squib it, I believe. An interesting note also, they got Willie Dobbs going to hold the ball for Butler, and he's going to be a safety. And I got to get a kick out of Robinson's remark. Well, he's fast, but Willie tackled somebody.
The kick by Butler from left to right. Swing safeties back deep. Brown on the far side. Barry Redden on the near side. The kick comes to the near side. Redden at the 4-yard line. Starts to his right to the 10. Turns it up good across the 15. And is cut down short of the 20-yard line. Good coverage by the Chicago special teams. Calvin Thomas was down there, along with Cliff Thrift and Dennis Gentry. Just a 13-yard return, and the Rams will take it on a first down, short of the 20. Looks like they're going to spot it down just short of the 18-yard line. Both with good speed. Barry Redden, the fullback. Eric Dickerson, the tailback. Peter Brock, the quarterback, takes the snap from Tony Slate and hands off. Hits the middle, and he's driven down near the line Disick blitzing in from his safety position was there to close the hole.
Well, he almost lined up as the linebacker, Wayne. Gary came right up and played alongside Mike Singletary. In this game, it's going to be the old cliche. It's got to be one in the trenches because looking at the Rams' offensive linemen, buddy, they got some elephants as offensive line. One of Dick Bass's elephants. Oh, man.
No gain on that play. Second down and 10 yards to go. Rams. Again, Ellard wide right. Brown out to the left side. Tony Hunter on the wing right side. Dickerson the lone setback behind Dieter Brock, who takes the snap toss. Dickerson sweeping right, looks to make the turn and does to the 20 and is put down short of the 25-yard line. Mike Richardson came over from his quarterback position to make the stop on the play near the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 6, leaving a third down and 4 for the Los Angeles Rams.
That's going to be interesting for the pursuit of the Bears because Eric's got a great ability to cut back. And as long as our outside linebackers or cornerbackers, in whatever case, string it out to the sideline, he's going to have to turn back, and that's where our pursuit's going to have to make the tackle.
Redden and Dickerson in a split backfield. David Hill, the tight end, right side. Wide receivers deployed to the right and left side. Dillard wide right, Brown out to the left. Dieter Brock takes, hands it off to Dickerson. He's snowed under at the line of scrimmage. Steve McMichael on top of Eric Dickerson, but the principal defender was middle linebacker Mike Singletary, who knifed in to cut down the Rams running back. No gain. Maybe a loss of a yard, and it's fourth down Los Angeles. Impressive initial defensive stand for the Chicago Bears. Keith Ortega back at single safety. Dale Hatcher, who led the NFL in net running with a 38-yard average, back to return the ball to the Chicago Bears. Here's the snap from Brady right on the money under no pressure, and Hatcher gets his kick away. A floater, straight on. Ortega makes the cut near the 43, cuts to his right and gets very little yardage. He was hit initially on the play by Nolan Cromwell. Johnny Johnson was also there along with Ed Brady. And it'll be first down Chicago in good field position, 44-yard line. 34-yard punt, a 4-yard return.
Bears punt return team, the only difference I've seen was that Dennis Gentry and Dave Durrison were kind of like upbacks about 15 yards up in front of Ortega, so that I guess in case of the wind or whatever, a short kick or something, they could get there to receive it.
Dennis McKinnon split to the left side. Willie Gall wide to the right. Walter Payton behind Jim McMahon. Single back offense. McMahon back to throw on first down. Plenty of time over the middle he goes. Henry Moorhead takes one to the 45 to the 40. Into Rams territory. Down to the 46-yard line. Jim Collins, the linebacker, made the stop on the play. First down on a 20-yard pickup on the first play from scrimmage.
Jim, I think if they're going to throw, it's got to be early downs because Jeter comes in on passing situation. I mean, that's their ace pass rusher. So you should see some, first down, early down pass. And the tight end and backs become a big factor against his own defense.
Willie Gall wide right, McKinney to the slot right side.
41-yard line.
Walter Payton, Matt Stewie, the running backs, is split wide on a first and 10 from the Los Angeles 36-yard line. No score, just underway, first period. McKinnon in motion to the left side as McMahon drops back to throw once again. Again, has good protection, fires the right side. Willie Gall, sensational reception near the 17-yard line. First down, Gary Green had the coverage in the Rams zone. 20-yard pickup once again.
That time, Wayne, they had a little, well, not a red dog. What they do is they have the three-man line, but then Mike Wiltshire, the right outside linebacker, he came that time, and I think, Jimmy McMahon, I think he likes that sort of thing. Oh, he can dump that ball off. Well, what happens with his own defense, like the Rams, Philadelphia used to do it, they only rush 3 people, but then they'll rush a linebacker, and it's really not a blitz. It's just a 4-man rush. Right.
Payton and Stewie the backfield. Now they move Stewie to the wing right side. First down, just inside the 17 of Los Angeles. McKinnon wide right. Willie Gall out to the left side. Jim McMahon takes, hands it off to Payton. He's hit, fumbles the football, and it's covered up near the 19-yard line of the Rams. Looked like the Rams got the football, but hang on. The official is unraveling the file, and I think Walter may have gotten it back.
I don't know how he got it back, because it was laying to his back. Who's getting up there? Jim Culver.
I believe Jim Culver got it back. Payton covered Culver, too. A loss of yardage back near the 20-yard line. So a loss on that play of 3 yards.
What happened was the Rams got penetration, kind of pushed. Let's see what you see on the replay. They pushed someone back into the ball carrier. I think it was Bortz. He got a little bit too deep.
High formation backfield Chicago on a second down and 13 from the Rams 20-yard line. Receivers break to the left and right side. McMahon McMahon on a long count deploys McKinnon in motion to the near side. Hands it off to Suey. Slants off left guard. Suey inside the 20. Down to the 16-yard line. So he got 4 yards, leaving a third down and 9 yards to go coming up for the Bears. Carl Eckern responding from the linebacking tour. The inside linebacker out of San Jose State made the stop for the Rams.
DeJournay starts, but they all
Very important, I think, obviously support all the time when you're in this close to score. But I think against the Rams and the way, with their running game and possession football, we've got to get the early lead. Make a quick catch.
Golf split left and McKinney in the slot left side. Bears facing their first third down call of the game. That is Gentry in the backfield now with Walter Payton. McKinnon in motion to the near side, and McMahon takes the snap, drops back to throw. McMahon steps up, now he'll take it. Cutting off to the 15 to the 10, they go all the way to the 5. Touchdown! Jim McMahon breaks the football as he puts the Bears on top. 6-0, 16 yards, touchdown run. All right.
I think Jim McMahon saw it about the same time we did, Dick. Yeah, he did. Said, hey, you can go in, and he saw it at the same time and had a defender out right out there with him, a lineman took him right in the end. We had good pass protection, so far, and the rush got a little bit behind him. The offensive lineman pushed him out, so all he had to do is step up and take off.
Heath Fuller will hold Butler for the point after.
Assigned to mirror him, as they say.
Jay Hilgenberg on the snap. This to make it a 7-0 ball game. Early first period. Here's the snap. Placed and booted. It is up and it is good. The most impressive defensive stand is followed by a very smooth offensive operation. 5 plays, 56 yards to score. It took 3 minutes, 11 seconds off the clock, and with 9:35 left to go in this first period of play, the Bears lead the Rams 7-0. The break in the action. Let's take a 10-second timeout of the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
True Test paintbrushes are made of top-quality Orel polyester for good results. Choose the 2 or 3 inch size for just $1.99 each at participating True Value hardware stores.
Wayne Larrabee, Jim Hines, Dick Clutches were back at Soldier Field. That thing opened up like the Red Sea on the left side as McMahon stepped up.
You know who threw, well, I won't say maybe a key block, but threw a neat block because of, as soon as he seen his situation with Walter Payton, he kind of ran a little hook pattern over the middle, and as soon as he seen Jim tuck it away, he bumped off someone from the inside, cutting off the inside pursuit, so it was just a matter of Jim outrunning everybody to the corner. Then Dennis Gentry threw the last block though inside the 5-yard line, allowed Jimmy to get there. Henry Moorhead was down there leading the interference as well.
Last week they told him he couldn't do it.
So the Rams brought back Ron Brown, the leader in kickoff returns. You've heard a lot about him all week. And Barry Redden, who a few years ago led the Los Angeles Rams and the NFL in kickoff returns. Bob Thomas, former Bears kicker, said Redden's the guy we used to try to kick away from before Ron Brown came on the scene. Now Butler kicking from left to right, out of the hole of Willie Gault, and here's the boot. A high end over end kick, tailing toward the near side. It hits on the 15 to the 10 and rolls out of bounds near the 6-yard line of the near side. So the Bears will be penalized, and Butler will have to kick 5 yards deeper.
One thing I'm wondering about, they got Willie Gault, who's going to play like a safety on the kickoff team, but I noticed on the first kickoff and on this one, even though it went out of bounds, that Willie doesn't, he doesn't go anywhere. I mean, they kick off, and then he just takes a couple steps and he hangs out in the middle of the field around the 45-yard line, and I'm just wondering if Brown or whoever gets the ball breaks through the wave of rushing, or the people coming down, how's he going to make an open field tackle that way? I would think he should come down or at least get close to the action, because just standing out there, the guy might put a move on.
I don't think Mike Ditka wants him involved to spray a whole lot. For the most part,
granted, you got but I mean, he started to come down, and if I don't care who you are, how fast you are, you put him out in the middle of the field, you've got a better chance of making a move on the guy.
Now the kickoff from the 30-yard line from left to right. Bears are leading 7-0. Early first period of play. The approach to the boot by Butler. This is a good, strong kick. Ron Brown backs up into the end zone. He feels it, and it's told Barry Redden to stay there with it.
Halfway he switched sides. He switched sides, and maybe Butler was approaching the ball, and Butler must have seen it because he kicked this one to the left, but anyway, he put it in the end zone. I think we're giving Kevin Butler too much credit.
I think he caught a gust of wind, didn't he?
I think he just kicked it as hard as he could and caught a nice little rise in that wind. I think he's seen it. Corner of his eye. As a rookie, he doesn't see those things.
Bobby Duckworth wide to the left side. Eckert would rather make that Henry Ellard wide right. Right eye formation it for the Rams. Now they shift into a straight eye. Dickerson, the tail of the tandem. Redmond is the fullback. Back to throw. Dieterbach fires it left, and it's blowing away. Pass intended for Duckworth, thrown toward the sidelines. Duckworth looking more toward the inside. Leslie Frazier had the coverage, but it was only token coverage, and the pass well off the mark. 2nd and 10, Los Angeles.
Not a very well thrown ball. He pulled that ball right into the ground.
You know, the Rams are last in passing yardage, but Dieterbach in the quarterback rankings is number 3 overall, right behind Jimmy.
Well, they don't throw much, but when they do throw, they catch them.
David Hill on the wing right side. Dickerson the long setback. Duckworth wide left. Henry Ellert split to the right side. David Hill in motion to the near side, and Dieterbach picks Dickerson sweeping left, cuts it back inside of the 20, and he's brought down at the 21-yard line. Wilbur Marshall made the final hit defensively. Singletary got the biggest piece of the running back from the Los Angeles Rams, a gain of just 1, and it will be for the Rams a 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
I don't know. It seemed like he should have went. Should have went wide. Well, I don't think he could. I was going to say credit Dave Duerson for making him cut back because he charged him from the outside and made him cut back into the pursuit.
Another passing situation for the Rams. Duckworth wide left. Henry Ellert split right. Tony Hunter on the wing right side. David Hill the tight end. Dickerson the lone setback. Brock Bates fakes the handoff. He fires the right side. The pass underthrown, incomplete. Near the 30-yard line. Henry Ellert, the intended receiver, did not have a chance. Mike Richardson had the coverage for the Bears.
I don't care what you say, but the Bears' defense and their pass rush intimidates people because right there, he had plenty of time to throw the ball, and he just got rid of it so fast, he bounced it to the guy. There's been nothing so far that has made that could make him physically think that there was a big pass rush. So it's all intimidation, what he's seen on film and what other quarterbacks have experienced. He wasn't rushed.
Bears had 3 back to receive this kick. Ortego, the principal deep receiver. Dale Hatcher waits for the snap inside his 10-yard line, and here it is from Ed Brady. And Hatcher moves forward and picks up a swan song sailing toward the near side. Dorsey makes the fair catch signal and the catch at the 49-yard line. It was a floater that just kept going straight up instead of straight out. He got no distance out of whatsoever, just a 28-yard kick, and the Bears will take possession 1st and 10. From the 49-yard line of the Rams. Time out of the field. 7-0 Bears over the Rams. First period of the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
What happened to the weather in the opening?
In the land that is now Wisconsin, no man had yet come to stay. In all likelihood, only an occasional hunter would pass through the forest in search of an elk, or a bear, or perhaps the mastodon. In the land that is now Wisconsin, thousands of years ago, there was no sound, except for the cry of a bird, the howl of the lion, the murmur of softly falling rain. Rain as clean and pure as any water man has ever known. At the House of Heidelman, we brew our beer with these priceless waters of the past. At the House of Heidelman, we brew our beer with the pure, natural waters of history.
What? I didn't hear.
Heidelman's old-style beer. Brewed with water from when the earth was pure.
I said the mirror broke.
G. Heidelman Brewing Company, across Wisconsin.
The human refrigerator may soon be coming to your home in a monster-sized poster and on a specially designed Fridge Fever hat. You can own this winning combination for a low $12.95 plus shipping and handling. Just call our fridge hotline at 1-800-282-9996. Catch Fridge Fever or give it to a friend. And welcome this monster of the Midway into your house from WGN Television and WGN Radio 72.
Of course, it's sold out.
Wayne Larrabee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus at Soldier Field. The Rams have won 3 of the last 4 meetings with the Bears, including 29-13 last year in Anaheim. Bears hold a 31-21-3 lead of the series, the only postseason meeting between these two teams. 1950, what's that, 35 years ago, when the Rams beat the Bears 24-14 for the Western Division title. Right here at 7-0 Bears, 8:26 left to go, first period of play. Chicago football for the second time this afternoon. Again in good field position. First drive started where? On the 44. This one starts on the 49 of Los Angeles. First drive started on the Chicago 44.
As Dick Butkus said, we, the Bears, have to capitalize on these good opportunities because you know you're going to get sometimes when you're backed up, you got to take advantage of these.
Jim McMahon asking for quiet from the crowd, and he gets it. I formation backfield, slot to the left side of the wide receivers. First and 10 Chicago from the 49 of the Rams. Long count by McMahon as he looks over the Los Angeles defense. McMahon drops back to throw, gets the block from Suey on the pass rush. Swings the right side for Payton. He's got running room. 50-45. He's to the 40 to the 35. 30, and he carries forward. inside the 30-yard line. Gary Green got over to make the hit. 19-yard pickup to the Los Angeles 30.
Good call. Good call.
Who made the block? Jay Hilgenberg.
It was a good call because all you had on this side over here was a cornerback all by himself, and then the line chopped down everybody inside, and Waller had clear sailing down this near sideline.
So it's a first down for the Chicago Bears now. From the 30-yard line, McMahon is 3 of 3 for 59 yards already. He scored a touchdown to the 16-yard run on the previous drive. First down for the 30 of Los Angeles. Peyton Malone set back. Suey on the wing left side. McMahon on the back pedal. Looks downfield. Threads it over the middle. Tim Reichman is there inside the 25, and he will not go down. Stacked up by a host of Los Angeles fans near the 23-yard line. Some extracurricular pushing and shoving. Jim Collins, the all-pro inside linebacker, and Mel Owens, the left outside linebacker, were the two principal defenders arriving initially on the play. 8-yard pickup, second down and 2.
That's what I like about our offense, too, now. I mean, years ago, you just like to see the aggressiveness and the spunk in the offense of people because they're usually not the same mentality or the same kind of people that play on defense. And Hilgenberg got in there a little bit shoving, and Van Horn got a little shoving in there, and that's good to see.
Jim Hardy, I promise you, we'll get equal time in this, but let me get this play going first. Second down and 2 yards to go now. The football resting near the 22-yard line of the Rams. Single back offense, receivers left and right. And McMahon hands it off to Peyton off right tackle. Peyton runs into a combination of linebackers. Mel Owens initially. Carl Eckern was also there. Mel Owens from DeKalb, Illinois. Father was a baseball coach at Northern Illinois University. It's a gain of 3 as they mark it down to the 19-yard line. And it'll be enough for the first down.
Thoroughly dominated.
5 first downs now for the Chicago Bears. All right, Jim, it's your forum.
Well, I agree. Generally, I agree with what Dick said. I for one, don't have the experience of playing behind an offensive line that has the same kind of aggressiveness as the Chicago Bear line right here, and it was really fun to be a part of that.
McKinnon wide to the right side. In the slot to the right side, it's Matsui. Peyton Malone set back. Willie Gault is split to the left. From the 19 of Los Angeles to the first down, McMahon looks to throw. Gault on the left side of the 15 tries to sidestep Leroy Irvin, but cannot. And down he goes near the 13-yard line. They're going to mark it to the 14. So quick gain for the Chicago Bears at first down. It looks to be a gain of about 6 yards. And it'll be a second down for the Bears as they mark the nose of the football just inside the 14-yard line. Second and about 4 yards to go coming up.
It's surprising to see that the Ram quarterbacks are playing so loose. Once you get inside the 20-yard line, usually they tighten up so that you can't get those cheapy little 5 or 6 yard passes like that.
Second down, and it's a little bit less than 5 yards to go for the Bears. McKinnon split left. Willie Gault out to the right side. Running back to the offset I formation. The cross Peyton sweeping right. Hit by Mel Owens, and he's driven down near the 16-yard line.
A loss of a couple.
And it'll be for Chicago now. Third down upcoming. A loss of 2 on the play. Third down, and it looks to be about 6 yards.
I think sure he could have cut up a little bit. He tried to go wide. It looked like Waller made up his mind that he was going to go wide, and Mel Owens did a good job of containing, and there was nowhere to go.
Third down now for the Chicago Bears. 7 yards to go. The football just inside the 16-yard line of the Rams. Willie Gault and McKinnon deployed to the left side. Tim Reichman is the tight end to the right side. Shotgun formation for the Bears. McMahon and Peyton ask the crowd to be quiet, and they do. Now Jay Hilgenberg on the snap as they deploy Dennis Gentry in motion to the near side. Here is the snap to Jim McMahon. McMahon steps up, throws it over the middle. It's off the hands of a diving Willie Gault, incomplete.
He cut across.
So it'll be for the Chicago Bears a fourth down. Jim Collins had the defense. Willie Gault made a lunging attempt at that pass. A fastball over the middle near the 8-yard line of Los Angeles.
You know who was open right behind him? I don't know if you've seen this. Waller Payton was right around the sideline, and Willie Gault like curled in or ran like a fast goal, and Jim went to him, but right behind him, Waller was wide open.
Kevin Butler had a 34-yard field goal attempt. The angle to the right side. Steve Fuller will hold in that swirling wind of the floor of the stadium. Butler had a tough week last week against the Giants. Now Fuller with the arm extended, waits for the snap. Here it is, the placement by Fuller, the kick by Butler, sails to the upright. It is good! All right. So the Bears extend their lead to 10-0 over the Rams with 4:26 left to go. First period of play on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Now True Test Easy Care comes in 2 new finishes to give you 3 ways to paint your home's interior. Hi. Pat Summerall of the True Value Hardware Stores recommends original Easy Care latex flat enamel in any room because its beautiful low sheen finish scrubs clean. And for smooth durability on walls and trim, get new scrubbable Easy Care latex semi-gloss.
Who explained that to us?
Both original flat enamel and new semi-gloss formulas go on with little or no spatter, making application extra easy. True Value Hardware Stores also recommend new Easy Care latex flat finish wherever you want an elegant look in your home. It provides rich, velvet flat coverage that's fully washable.
Yeah, right. This is our
Plus,
last
all
home
three
game.
Easy Care finishes come in your
Unless
choice
we
of
hire
39
next year.
colors, white and custom shades, exclusively at participating True Value Hardware Stores and home centers, where you'll find values in every department.
Throwing back Brent again.
Yeah.
Who was telling
I
you
just
that,
flew
Sandy?
20,000 miles on your airline.
Congratulations, sir. Have a nice day.
I want a free trip.
You qualify for a first class upgrade.
Read my
You
lips.
hacked
Free
it.
trip.
For
If you
about 2
purchase a ticket,
seconds.
20,000 miles. I've earned a free
we'll
trip.
let your wife fly free.
I'll wear a dress.
He should have flown Republic Airlines. Republic awards a free trip after 20,000 miles, the lowest mileage requirement of any major airline's frequent flyer program.
Well, one thing Mike Ditka said when he was asked this week in Suwanee, Georgia, about the Rams kickoff return people, he said, I hope we're kicking off a lot. So far today, he has.
I was just going to say that in the locker room before the game, he said, I was talking to him about it, and he said, well, I just hope he give him a lot of opportunities.
At the last
Barry Redden and Ron Brown back deep for the Rams, and again, Willie Galt will hold the football for Kevin Butler. I'll tell you, a field goal by Butler may have done a lot to boost his confidence on a windy day here at Soldier Field. Missed 3 field goals last week against the New York Giants and put one through here, and there was no doubt about it. Now Butler kicking from left to right. Here's the approach to the boot. Good high end-over-end kick. Ron Brown camping under it, makes the catch near the 19, cuts right to the 20, looks to make the circle route, hit from behind by Cliff Thrift, and down he goes. 25-yard line. Cliff Thrift in on that tackle along with Jim Morrissey. 6 yards to the return, and the Rams will put it in play just beyond the 25-yard line strike.
One thing that they didn't do well was their kickoff.
Well, it presents a real challenge to the kickoff teams, and, the people on them teams have pride, and they want to do a good job, so they're doing a good job.
First and 10, Los Angeles. Henry Ellard wide right. Out to the left side is Ron Brown. Dickerson, the long setback. They set up a wing on the right side. Dieter Brock looks it over out of first and 10. Third possession of the afternoon for the Rams. Brock fires the left side through the hands of Brown. Incomplete. Brown cutting toward the middle near the 35-yard line. Bit of a high pass, but he got a couple of hands on it. Les Frazier had the coverage. And it'll be a second out of 10 for the Rams when we resume. Let's pause for station identification on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
This is WGN Radio Chicago.
5 defensive linemen. Then they had
So the Rams on a second down and 10 yards to go. The football just crossed the 25-yard line in Los Angeles territory. 10-0 Bears on top in the later stages of the first period of play. Dickerson, the long setback. They set up David Hill to the wing right side. He's deployed in motion to the near side. And here's the handoff. Dickerson slanting right, eludes the defender in the backfield, and it's cut down across the 30. Short of the first down near the 32-yard line. The sure ankle tackle executed by Mike Singletary. Gain of 6 on the play. Third down and 4, Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's where Dickerson's size comes in because, someone had an arm on him or grabbed him by one arm, but he just spun right away from that. So he's a big guy, and you got to make sure you're tackling.
Ellard wide to the right side. Ron Brown is flipped to the left. Dickerson, the long setback at the moment. Dickerson pulled in tight against the line. Now he backs up a step or two. Dieter Brock barking out the signals. And Brock hands it off to Dickerson, cutting off right tackle. Dickerson dribbles it ahead to David Hill. Hill breaks across 35, and he's brought down near the 38-yard line. He appears to have the first down. Gary Fensick made the hit. I'm not sure if he shoveled it forward or if he just coughed it up on the hit. David Hill was right there. It was almost like a planned play, and he took it for the first down.
Dare we go back and talk about that first down play?
Dickerson looked like he
Dick, you
left
turned around and
his
looked at me.
blockers too soon.
Ron Brown was gone if he gets a good ball to catch. Frazier's going to have a job on his hands. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous to see him out there one-on-one with Ron Brown.
Brown to the left side, guarded by Frazier. Wide to the right side, Henry Ellard. Dickerson the lone setback. First down of the afternoon for the Rams. In motion to the near side is the tight end Hunter, and Dick Peter Brock fires the left side, hits Hunter, who stiff arms his way by a defender, Wilbur Marshall, across the 40 and scoots out of bounds near the 45-yard line. Frazier finally cut him out along with Fensick on the near side.
Wilbur Marshall missed it.
The break of the action. Let's take a 10-second timeout of the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Nothing goes with the Bears like the Browns. Chicken, that is. To feed parties with lots of hungry fans, call Brown's Chicken Catering at 4 BROWNS.
Second down now. Gain of 7 on that play. Second and 3 for the Rams from the 45-yard line. Split backfield Los Angeles. They shift into the I formation. Redden the fullback. And the tail of the tandem, Eric Dickerson. Dickerson gets the ball up the middle, and he's cut down once again. In the mid-portion of the defense, the linebackers again came to the fore. Leading the charge for Chicago, Gary Fensick is the safety, but also in on that play was Wilbur Marshall.
Gary Fensick was one to force that, though. He knifed in what amounts to a linebacking position. Comes from his free safety position. Changes places with Dave Dorson, really.
Short of a first down to the Rams. Gain of 2 on that play. Third down and 1.
There's the Rams' answer to the refrigerator. Bill Banks, number 62. I mean, he must go 350 or 60. And I seen him come in and report to the official. Yeah, he's going to line up in a line of scrimmage as a tight end. I thought he was going to go in the backfield, but he's a good 350.
Third down. Now a yard to go for the Rams from the 47 in their own territory. Gooman, the fullback. Dickerson, the sail. Backhand off Dickerson. Hit by Singletary. Backed up. At the line of scrimmage. And shoved back. Frazier jumped in on the pile. But again, it was the linebacker, Mike Singletary. He read it beautifully. A loss of a yard. Also in on that tackle, Otis Wilson.
What they have to do, Wayne, because the offensive linemen are so big on the Rams, is that we got to best hope for a standoff and good penetration and let our linebackers make the play, and that's what we're doing.
Dale Hatcher on in punt formation for the Los Angeles Rams as that kicks of 38 and 28 yards here this afternoon. Averaging about 33 yards on 2 punts. Keith Horty go back in single safety for the Bears.
Yeah, this time we're bringing up Durson on the line along with Gentry now. There's a little different.
They were back deep before on a very good punt. You're right. Hatcher waiting for the snap now for Ed Brady. And here it is. Hatcher takes it and pops it. It's off a wobbly kick, sailing toward the near side. Hits at the 19 and bounds out of bounds. It'll be first down Chicago at the 19-yard line. Bears in their own territory. Minute 17 left to go in the first period. Bears 10, Rams nothing. Chicago Bears Radio Network.
If you've been waiting for the opportunity to save big on a new car or truck, wait no more. Chevrolet announces low 7.9 annual percentage rate financing on some of America's most popular cars and trucks. It's a limited time financing rate offer through GMAC, and it can save you hundreds of dollars in financing charges. Save on new Chevy Cavalier, Chevy Nova, and 4-cylinder Chevy Celebrity. Save hundreds on top new C10 and K10 full-size pickups, on sporty Chevy El Caminos. Save on the cars and trucks Americans preferred most in 1985. And your Chevy dealer has them in stock now. But hurry, you must take actual retail delivery out of dealer stock by February 22nd. Dealer financial participation may affect consumer costs. See a participating dealer for qualification details. And get low 7.9% financing on the car or truck you want now.
Bear fans, get a free Black and Blues Brothers poster and 7.9% financing at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Amico presents the Amico Sports Profile.
We're talking to Olympic diver Dave Halfgainer Gold is now preparing to dive from the 50-meter platform. Dave, what's your greatest fear? Amazing, Dave Peppies.
Synchronized swimming in chlorine.
Incredible, Dave. Are you going for the gold?
The gold pump. Amico Premium Lead Spray.
Quality gasoline. Who taught you how to swim?
I can't swim. I just died.
Of course, favorite food?
Water chestnut.
Terrific. Show us your new dive.
I call it Twisted Shout.
Amico, your car knows.
Wayne Larrabee, Jim Harnan, Dick Butkus at Soldier Field in Chicago. Minute 17 to go. We're in the first period of play. Bears leading 10-0 over the Los Angeles Rams. Chicago football on a first and 10 from the 19-yard line. Worst field position to start a drive for the Bears. Their third possession.
It's going to be a legitimate field position now. 19-yard line.
Well, the first drive started on the Chicago 44, the second on the Los Angeles 49.
Well, you know, what's important that they did score both times in there. I mean, anytime you get the ball from the 50 on in, you should come out with some points, and that's what we did. Now with a minute 17, we got to start a long drive because we're going to change in minute 17 seconds, and we'll be going against the wind.
Bears defense has been nothing short of spectacular thus far, limiting the Rams on 3 possessions to just 1 first down. Jim McMahon, as he approaches the line of scrimmage, again asks the crowd for quiet. The running back shift into the I formation as McMahon barks out the signals. McKinnon wide right. Willie Gault is deployed to the left side. Emory Moorhead to the wing left side. Signals are being called. Now here's the handoff to Walter Payton. First off left guard, and Payton across the 20, plows forward out to about the 24-yard line. So it looked to be a gain of about 5 yards. With the 2nd and 5 coming up, Jim Collins in the middle of that Rams defense made the tackle.
McMahon is going to make skittles of the fans here because when he comes off the field, he's waving, let's hear it, and then when he's out of the field, he's waving, shut up, turn up. You know what the Rams do, though? They'll tip their what the coverage they're going to be in by their alignment, which helps Jim McMahon. He can read what they're going to be in.
Gault split to the left side. Again, McKinnon comes wide of the near or right side. Suey and Payton in a split backfield. First set formation. McKinnon in motion to the left side. Handoff Walter, sweeping right, and he gets the block. Looks to make the turnaround. A block by Tom Thayer, and does to the 25 to the 30, and he stepped out of bounds apparently near the 28-yard line, short of the first down. We've got an injured Chicago Bear down the field. Nolan Cromwell, the All-Pro safety, cut him out. Jim Covert, hang on, Keith Van Horn was down for a moment, but he's now up under his own power. Short of a first down to the Bears, I believe, as it looked like Walter got 4 out of that.
Let me attempt to clear up what I was saying. The safeties for the Rams will determine what type of coverage they're going to be in. They're always going to be zoned, but there's a certain force. One safety will force on one side, or the corner may be up, and you know that's the corner force. And the way the Rams safeties work, you always know where that force is going to come from. So that's really important for the quarterback to know.
On a 3rd down, Chicago, about 2 yards to go for the Bears. The football just short of the 28-yard line of Chicago. In motion to the near side, Matt Suey, toss Payton, sweeping right. Payton looks to make the turn. Gets by Jim Collins for the first down as he cuts upfield across the 30 to the 31-yard line. The All-Pro had him dead to right, one-on-one, and Payton made a good flip move. Charlie Guichard and Bell Owens came over to fill in, but not before Walter Payton picked up a first down with a gain of 3.
Well, all 3 of their linebackers, Owens, Eckert, and Collins, they're great tacklers if you're coming at them straight away. But if you come up against a guy like Waller who makes moves, then he's going to leave them in their tracks.
We've reached the end of the first period of play. Thus far, it's been all Chicago. Bears 10 and Rams nothing in the NFC Championship game on the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Dave Butts of the Washington Redskins is one of the biggest men in the NFL. He's big in more ways than one.
It's been a tradition with the Redskins to always have a Santa Claus, and they needed someone quite large, and I was the natural pick. Been Santa Claus for 4 years now, and really have been enjoying it tremendously. To see the young people, the twinkle in their eye, they just light up. United Way has provided a vehicle for us to get out in the community and visit with some of these children. It's a responsibility that you have to share. You have to help people as much as you can. The United Way provides a spirit of Christmas year-round. The many different agencies that they have, the ways of reaching out to so many people. This is why I'm happy to be a United Way volunteer. Thanks to you, it works for all of us. You and your United Way.
Know your Bears. An inside look at your 1986 Chicago Bears. Running back Dennis Gentry is an important part of the Bears offense. He adds that extra dimension to the Chicago attack. Gentry is an explosive runner and a gifted receiver coming out of the backfield.
Not until we see
a 4-year veteran out of Baylor. Gentry is an asset to the Bears special team. And off the field, he loves music. Just can't get enough of it. That's Dennis Gentry. A credit to Chicago and the Bears.
Wayne Larrabee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus, some first quarter stats, gentlemen. Bears time of possession, 8:27. Rams, 6:33. Rushing yards, Rams 7 carries, 13 yards. 1 of 4 in the passing department for 7 yards. That's a net of 20. Bears 8 rushes, 29 yards, and 5 of 6 for McMahon of the passing department, 72 yards, 101 yards rushing.
Wayne, you've heard Dick and I talk about first down, how important that is. Chicago has 66 yards on first down. The Rams have 7.
And here are the Bears at a 1st and 10, and near the 31-yard line, Chicago territory.
Their own 31.
In motion, Suey to the right side of McMahon, takes off the play action, looks to throw, Rambo's it deep down the right side, will it go down? Oh! And Flash very nearly made made the catch. The wind appeared to take the football a bit. It wobbled for a moment. Galt trying to slow down for it. Fell on his back and almost came up with it near the 30-yard line. Johnny Johnson had the coverage down the right sideline.
But it was almost like helpful that the ball hung up a little bit because he was looking over his left shoulder, and then, well, he did in a replay. He was about two yards ahead of it, but it seems like he could have made the adjustment.
Did he have the guy beat? By almost 5 yards he had Johnny Johnson beat. It would have been off to the races, 16-0 had that ball been able to get on the money. But again, McMahon looked like he was throwing into the wind that time. Split backfield, receivers break to the right and left side. 2nd and 10, Chicago from the 31. McMahon on the back pedal again. McMahon dumps it over the right side, latching on Max Duane. Lunges forward off the right side of the line, across the 35, out to the 38-yard line. A quick little screen pass to the far side. Carl Eckern responding to the linebacking court, along with Mel Owens. A gain on that play of 7. It'll be a 3rd down and 3. We've got an injured Los Angeles Ram. Mel Owens, the linebacker who was in on that tackle, is down to the far side.
Well, when you play a zone defense, you got to expect those passes in the middle, screens, something like that, because you know you're getting to your depth, defensively speaking, and trying to contain or make them throw in front of you, and then everybody hustle to the ball, react to it. We talked about patience, about how the offense had to have patience, and Jim McMahon had to have patience and not try to force the ball downfield, but do just what he did there, throw the ball back to it, and pick up 7 or 8 yards.
The break in the action. Let's take this 10-second timeout on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Nova, the brightest new star from Chevrolet. It's the best of both worlds. See it today at your Chicagoland or Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer.
Think of a plan which provides guaranteed safety of principal, a high current 11% interest rate, complete liquidity, and one which will increase in value and has no front-end load, and a 100% money-back guarantee. The plan also avoids probate with a named beneficiary and is not subject to income tax to survivors upon your death and provides a substantial tax-free death benefit. You've described Equity 2, an innovative single-premium excess interest life insurance program from the Pioneer Life Insurance Company of Illinois. Learn more by calling 312-357-1633. If you open an Equity 2 account now, your tax advantages remain intact, so you must act quickly. To find out more about the Equity 2 tax-free, safe, 11% return, contact Intrax Financial Group. 24 hours a day, that's 7 days a week, at 312-357-1633. That's 312-357-1633. At Computerland of Niles and O'Hare, you'll discover 2 important reasons to buy an AT&T personal computer for your small business today and tomorrow. You see, the AT&T PC6300 is designed to meet all your computer needs today. It offers speed, superior built-in capabilities, plus enhancements for simultaneous voice and data transmission. AT&T computers are the computers for the future built in. With 7 expansion slots, you can add more power, more speed, and more storage. You'll find the AT&T PCs at Computerland of Niles and O'Hare.
Bears are leading 10-0 with 14:37 to go. First half of play. Chicago now facing a 3rd down. It's a little bit more than 3 yards ago, closer to 4. The football resting near the 37-yard line in Chicago territory.
This is a situation where they bring in Gary Jeter, number 77 for the pass rush.
They had 3 sacks and forced 2 fumbles last week against Dallas. 3rd down, shotgun formation for the Bears. Galt and McKinnon both out to the left side. McMahon barking out the signals. Deploys Gentry in motion to the right side. McMahon takes the snap now from Hilgenberg and looks to throw. The rush is on. Over the middle he goes. He tried to wait for Walter Payton. The pass overthrown incomplete. McMahon waited as long as he could. Pass rush coming hard. Jim Collins, Charlie DeJournay, both were in on Jim McMahon that time. 4th down Chicago.
I'm not going to try to count the defensive backs this game, but they had more than 4. So
usually in their nickel alignments, they'll bring in 6. Never 5, but 6 in the nickel coverage.
Jim had some time to throw there, too. It was a blitz. It was a full blitz. You had a couple linebackers coming. But just couldn't get anybody free.
Johnny Johnson on the far side, Henry Ellard on the near side, back in twin safety to receive this punt. from Maury Buford on fourth down. A little bit less than 4 yards to go. Here's the snap for Buford. And he pops it, gets off an end over in line drive, kick it, bounds across 35. Eller takes it near the 31, cuts to his right to the 35, and as down he goes. He is ripped down, almost separated from the football. Jay Hilgenberg in coverage for Chicago. John Gale was also there along with Jim Morrison.
Sunday, the season's premiere.
So 32 yards, run at a 5-yard return, and it'll be first down for the Los Angeles Rams. They will start this drive out across 35 near the 36-yard line. Rams operating now on offense from left to right.
Certainly be a candidate for the All-Man team. I'm not asking you.
14:07 left to go, first half of play. 10-0. Bears leading the Rams. They mark the football just across the 36 near the 37.
Those guys never play catch in their life facing each other.
Peter Brock has his team huddled up. We're set to go. Brock, again, as we mentioned, third-ranked NFC passer statistically.
They're resting. They took Brown out. Here's the receiver.
Receivers left and right. Here's the clock. Dickerson sneaking left, hit by Wilbur Marshall. In the approach, and down he goes. A loss of yardage back to the 35-yard line. On the move off the left side by Eric Dickerson. Credit Wilbur Marshall, who made the initial penetration, then William Perry put him to the turf. Loss on that play at 2. Dickerson, 8 carries, 11 yards here this afternoon. That's what I call containing. One of the great running backs in the NFC. Bobby Duckworth wide to the left side. Ron Brown up to the near side. Single back offense now. Hunter on the wing right side. And Dieter Brock steps up short in the pocket, flings it left, the pass off the money, incomplete. Intended for Duckworth. He didn't have a chance. Les Frazier had to cover it for Chicago. That ball high and away.
Why do you think they did that, Jim? They brought in Michael Young in place of Ron Brown. They still have Eller to Duckworth out there now. I don't know, maybe they're switching both receivers. Brown's on the sideline.
Brown's on the sideline. That was Michael Young, you're right. It was came out to our near side.
As his tape off, it looks like he's ready to play.
Michael Young has brought 14 receptions, 6-round draft goes out of UCLA, wide to the right side. Flip to the left side, Henry Eller, back to throw, Dieter Brock floats to the right side. He's got Cody Hunter across the 40, and Hunter forced out of bounds. On the near side, near the 42-yard line. Gary Fensick got over to cut him off, put short of the first down of the Los Angeles Rams, and it's fourth down. Again, another big round of applause for the defense.
You know what I'm thinking? That they took Ron Brown out maybe because they weren't satisfied with his intensity going for the football, perhaps. Although the time that we were referring to back that first down pass, that wasn't his ball by any means. That's just a poor pass by Brock.
Dale Hatcher in punt formation so far today. Punts of 38, 28, and 35 yards. Keith Orr to go back in single safety for the Bears. Waits for this kick near his 20-yard line. It is fourth down and 5 yards to go. Line of scrimmage near the 42. Here's the snap, and Hatcher under no pressure gets his kick away. A spiral, beautiful kick. Ortego stands under it near the 20, cutting to the right to the 25, sidestep to the defender, cut left. He's out across the 25 to the 29-yard line. They come in waves, and they cover very well. Norwood Van made the tackle after Ortego had sidestepped the initial penetration to the Rams special team. So the Bears will take it in decent field position, 37-yard punt, an 8-yard return. Hatcher got off a nice spiral, good height to it. But Ortego made something of it, and the Bears will start from their 29-yard line to the first and 10. Down out of the field of the score, the Bears 10, the Rams nothing on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Recently, in the rich and bountiful soil of Illinois, has come word of a new and unusual plant that could yield a harvest of untold riches for its owners.
No, I was just looking what it did to the ball.
What is the name of this unique species of plant? Some call it Diamond Star. But to the thousands who will work and grow here, it is known by a simpler name, the Chrysler Mitsubishi plant. And it's indigenous to only one place on Earth, Illinois. There are few who thrive in business, large or small, that are searching for growth and commitment, for training and financial assistance. If so, we invite you to look at the state Chrysler Mitsubishi found fertile enough to plant those a thriving and nurturing business climate of Illinois.
Call the Illinois Department of Commerce and Community Affairs at 1-800-252-2923.
Chicago's WCFC TD38 is now a world power. With CNN Headline News, TD38 keeps you on top of late-breaking world events. At 9:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 6:30 p.m., CNN Headline News
gives you the news you need to know. Fast-paced, clear, concise, accurate by America's top journalists. CNN Headline News. 3 times daily on WCFC TV 38.
Let's watch what the wind is doing here. Here's
13:08 left to go, first half of play. Wayne Larrabee, Jim Hart, Dick Buckus, Soldier Field in Chicago. The NFC Championship Game, and the Bears on the first and 10, leading the contest by a count of 10-0 from the 29-yard line. Now this offensive drive, Calvin Thomas to the wing left side, Peyton Malone setback. McKinnon left, Willie Gall wide to the right side. Jim McMahon again in a long count. Rams look like they're in a blitz situation, and on the handoff, Calvin Thomas planting off the right side. Kind of an end around as he took it from that flanking position to try to cut to the right. And he's heading the backfield, and Reggie Doss finally brings him down. Jim Collins is also there. Looked to be a loss of maybe a yard on that play, or no gain anyway. Nope, they're going to mark it as a loss of a yard. It'll be a second down and 11 yards to go coming up.
I don't know, a team that plays such a strict defense, reverses, I wouldn't think would work. Presumably too disciplined.
Golf this time comes out to the near or left side. Dennis McKinnon is split to the right. Again, Calvin Thomas on the wing left side as Peyton is blown set back behind Jim McMahon. Calvin Thomas in motion to the right, turns back the other way. McMahon takes off the play action under pressure, steps up against the left of Mike Wilshire. He'll take it himself, cutting to his left across the 30, and hook slides across the 35. Out to the 38-yard line. Jim Collins, the linebacker, got over, along with Carl Eckern. Boy, but I'll tell you, McMahon saw number 54, Wilshire, in the backfield with him and just took off. Got right by Mike Wilshire, leads this team with 14 sacks.
I think there was that was a little quick snap or something. It didn't look smooth.
It almost looked like he bobbled a little bit on the play.
I think he took a shot on his left thigh. I mean, I think it was left hip. You got to worry about hip pointers when he grabs his left side like he did.
Gain of 8, third down and 2 yards to go for the Bears. Line of scrimmage just across the 37-yard line in Chicago territory. If you just flipped your on, it's 10-0 Bears, second period of play. Peyton Malone set back, receivers break to the right and left side. Calvin Thomas comes in motion to the near side. McMahon hands it off to Peyton on a slant move up the middle. Peyton struggling forward, close to that first down, out near the 40-yard line. Reggie Doss, defensive right end, 8-year pro out of Hampton Institute, only the 4th player ever to be drafted out of that school into the NFL. Made the tackle, and as they spot the football, the Bears, it appear, have a first down. They may call for the change, though. It's that close. The football is short of the 40-yard line.
Him out here earlier,
the Rams want to measure it to make sure. Now the official gets the indication first down before the chain gang can make it out there.
He's trying to speed this game up, too. He's probably getting cold.
11:25 to go. First half of play. Still 10-0. Bears on top. 7th first down of the first half for the Bears. Dennis McKinnon is split to the right side. McKinnon yet to catch the ball today. Willie Galt comes out to the near side. He's got 2 receptions for 45 yards. Running backs are split. Calvin Thomas carrying the backfield now with Walter Payton. McMahon back to throw. McMahon has time. Wings it over the right side. Leaping down. Running toward the middle. In Rams territory. 44-yard line of Los Angeles. The all-pro Jerry Green and made the tackle. First down, Chicago Bears. Just as I said, Dennis McKinnon doesn't have any catches. He hits a big one for a first down out of 17-yard pickup.
He's going to come up, then he's going to run
easy way, psychic.
Right. Ask me what's going to happen next.
What's going to happen next?
We're talking about the weather forecast yesterday with Dennis McKinnon. He said 40 degrees, man. It's going to be a breeze.
He threw the ball well in New York against the wind in the Jets game. Slot to the left side. Single back offense for the Bears. They set up a flank to the right side and back to throw. McMahon sets up short. Under pressure, under siege, and down he goes. Reggie Doss made the sack back to the 50-yard line, and some extracurricular activity once again. The pushing and shoving on that play after McMahon was sacked. Back to the 50-yard line.
You can't do that.
That's a loss of about 6.
Back to your comments about throwing against the wind. You guys still don't believe me that for a quarterback it's easier to throw into the wind as long as you're not throwing a long bomb than it is to throw with the wind. So if, as long as you throw that a decent spiral, it's going to cut through the wind and it's going to be easier to throw than to throw with it. What have you been thinking in that thought? See, you guys don't believe me. Look at the success that guys are having. You saw Phil Simms throw the ball better last week against the wind than with it. He constantly missed his receivers throwing the ball with it.
Willie Galt and Dennis McKinnon both split out to the right side. Tim Reitman is the tight end to the left. A loss of 6 on that play, leaving a second down at 16 yards to go for the Bears. From the midfield stripe, McMahon takes handoff, Peyton sweeping left, gets the block from Marquardt, turns corner across the 50, and is escorted out of bounds on the near side, near the 46-yard line. Johnny Johnson over to make the tackle, staying right with Walter Payton, almost taking him into the bench on the near side. And that's why the crowd roared a little bit in the background. It'll be a third down coming up for the Chicago Bears. Gain on that play of 4.
That was a case, Wayne, of your 6 defensive backs. They bring in 6 defensive backs, and they only have 1 linebacker. I guess sometimes he red dogs or whatever, becomes like the 4th rushman or whatever.
They mark the football near the 47-yard line in Rams territory, where the Bears face a third down. And it's about 13 yards to go now. So give them a gain of a little bit less than 4, more like 3. Bears to the line of scrimmage out of the shotgun formation. Slot to the left side of the wide receivers. Gentry in motion to the right. McMahon takes the snap and a deep drop. McMahon swings it out left. And he dropped it at the 50-yard line. Wide open underneath the coverage. Jerry Gray came up from the secondary, but Walter had some running room on the left side. You won't see that happen on the wind.
Well, that wind really is blowing. You can see little pieces of paper on the field, and it's really going against the Bears. So there was a gust of wind. Just a few seconds ago that blew some jackets back up into the clouds around the field.
Maury Buford kicking against that stiff wind from right to left. Twin safeties back deep for the Rams. Leroy Irvin on the far side. On the near side, Johnny Johnson. No Henry Ellard back there. Johnny Johnson on the near side. Leroy Irvin on the far side. The twin safeties. Buford waits for the snap, and here it is. Buford takes it. No rush. Moves forward. Gets off his stick. End over end. Fair catch signal by Johnson, and he makes the catch on his knees on the near sideline at about the 17. The Rams will start from there. Just crossed the 16-yard line. Time out of the field. 9:35 to go. First half of play. In the NFC Championship game, the Bears lead the Rams 10-0 on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
If you've been waiting for the opportunity to save big on a new car or truck, wait no more. Chevrolet announces low 7.9 annual percentage rate financing on some of America's most popular cars and trucks. It's a limited time financing rate offer through GMAC, and it can save you hundreds of dollars in financing charges. Save on new Chevy Cavaliers, Chevy Novas, and 4-cylinder Chevy Celebrities. Save hundreds on top new C10 and K10 full-size pickups, on sporty Chevy El Caminos. Save on the cars and trucks Americans preferred most in 1985. And your Chevy dealer has them in stock now, but hurry. You must take actual retail delivery out of dealer stock by February 22nd. Dealer financial participation may affect consumer costs. See your participating dealer for qualification details and get low 7.9% financing on the car or truck you want now.
The action doesn't stop after today's ball game. Stay tuned for 3.5 hours of post-game coverage. Laramie, Hart, Butkus, Bob Thomas, Hub Arthur, George Reddix, and yours truly, Chuck Swirsky. And of course, you and other fans with analysis, replay, the locker room scene, Bears talk on the phone, and for a different perspective, the sports writers. Then tomorrow morning at 7:30, hear what Mike Ditka has to say on the Wally Phillips Show. It's no contest. For Bears football, you just can't beat WGN Radio.
Henry Ellard, the punt returner, wide receiver for the Rams, is getting his ribs taped in the locker room, and Mel Owens, the linebacker, suffered a bruised sternum.
This was
not known if we'll see either back in the game. I would think Ellard might be able to play with that rib injury. But again, the severity and how much he can tolerate the pain is the big thing with a rib injury. Football just across the 16-yard line for the Rams in their own territory. They have break left to right. They're trailing by the score of 10-0 in the NFC Championship game here in Chicago. Peter Fox ducks in under his center. Tony Slate. Receivers break to the left and right side. Dickerson alone set back, double tight end. Fox sets up short in the pocket. Guns it left. Diving grab is made by Brown, and he has nowhere to go at the 20-yard line. A gain of maybe 4 yards. Mike Singletary, along with Les Frazier, responding defensively.
I'll let them complete them all day long. I guess my fears about Dieter Brock throwing the football and having a tremendous game were kind of unfounded. I don't mean to be premature, but he hasn't shown me much so far.
He did not give his receiver an opportunity to run with the ball. That pass was off the money. The receiver had to dive for it, and he had nowhere to go. So on a second down, about 7 yards to go from the 20-yard line. Peter Brock looks it over. Hunter in motion to the left side. Receivers left and right. Brock back to throw. Brock fires the left side and latching on and making the catch up near the 30-yard line as his wide receiver, and it should be a first down to the Los Angeles Rams. Les Frazier responding as the catch hauled in by Ron Brown, and Frazier was on him so quick I could hardly see who had the football.
You know, it seems like every quarterback that comes in town on his first series or first two series, he tries to get the ball, you know, he throws a lot too quick or, you know, afraid of the rush. And maybe a short pass to Brown like the previous play and now this one, it gets him a little confidence so that maybe he can throw the ball later.
Only the second first down of the afternoon for the Los Angeles Rams. They pick up a first down to the 30-yard line in their own territory. Dickerson the lone setback. Wide receivers left and right, and here's the handoff to Dickerson off right tackle. He cuts it back toward the middle and a submarine down. It was smothered by Wilbur Marshall, and again we've got some fighting breaking out. Singletary also in on that tackle along with Wilbur Marshall. Gain of a couple of yards. Second down for the Rams coming up. We're going to mark it as a gain of 3, so make it a 2nd and 7. Dickerson now, 9 carries, 14 yards.
Bridge and Dennis Harrah were going toe-to-toe for a while. Bridge in a deep freezer.
Second down.
Upright.
7 yards to go. Just short of the 34-yard line of Los Angeles as Dieter Brock looks it over. Michael Young wide to the right side. Ron Brown out to the left. Brock back to throw. Looking left now. Looks back the other way to the right side. He lost the right side for Young, who makes the catch over the shoulder to the 25-20. On his feet to the 15 as the penalty marker comes down. And Richardson finally brings him down near the 16-yard line.
He went out of bounds before he caught it. What Richardson did, he was running along, had the inside position, and had the sidelines to work with. He forced him out of bounds, made him step out of bounds, came back in, catch it, and that's a penalty.
Back here on the 35-yard line with his hat off.
The receiver went out of bounds, taking it eligible, lost it down early.
Good eyes, Mr. Hart. And a good break for the Bears. Would have given the Rams a first down near the 16-yard line.
And thank you for throwing to Young and not to Ron Brown, because Ron Brown would have been gone.
You know, the thing is, he did go out of bounds.
Richardson used the real estate well. Oh, yeah, that was a great catch. Richardson was in his shirt, literally.
Well, see what happens, you know, the guy ran after he caught the ball. Richardson was on him, and they maybe gained 10 or 15 yards more, but what he was trying to do was rip the ball out, which is a smart move.
Third down and 7 now for the Los Angeles Rams near the 34-yard line. Receivers deployed to the left and right side. Brought back to throw. Here comes the blitz. Tyrone Keys knocked it down in the pass rush as Brock tried to get it out into the right flat.
Oh, now they'll say, you know, he's small and he throws sidearm and all that business. It was just a great play by Tyrone. He got his arms up there.
So it is a 4th down, and the Rams continue to have problems moving the ball. Dale Hatcher on in punt formation, or to go back in single safety. 4th down and 7 for the Rams.
Because Dieter Brock is going to have a
beat him at their own game. Come on, Ortega, run it back.
Yet another tall guy in there.
Signals are being called. Ed Brady on the snap, former Illinois linebacker, played middle linebacker for the Rose Bowl team in Illinois in '83. Here's the kick by Hatcher, sailing toward the far side, a high kick near the 22. Ortega makes that mistake, then is hit and sandwiched down at the 25-yard line. Mark Giroux, backup linebacker, started it. He has some help from his friends, I believe, also into that tackle. Norwood Van, 44-yard punt, 3-yard return. We've got a timeout of the field, 7:14 left to go. First half of play, Bears 10, Rams nothing on the WGN and Chicago Bears Radio Network.
A light bulb is something you seldom think about unless one burns out. So be prepared with replacements by stocking up on extra bulbs while they're specially priced at True Value Hardware Store. Hi, Pat Summerall to tell you they're offering a 4-pack of GE soft white bulbs in 40, 60, 75, or 100 watt for just $1.99. These bulbs will provide a generous amount of light while reducing glare and shadow. You can also get a GE soft white 3-way bulb in 30, 70, and 100 watts for just $1.39 at True Value Hardware Store. The soft white 3-way lets you adjust room lighting for reading, watching TV, or relaxing, so you can conserve energy to help save money. Stock up on extra bulbs and be prepared when they burn out. You'll find quality GE products for all your lighting needs at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers. And while you're there, be sure to pick up an application for a True Value charge card, good at thousands of participating True Value Hardware stores nationwide.
Ask your dealer for details.
Come on, Bear fans, drive over to Firestone. January is Firestone's Hire and Service Month, and now all-season radios are specially priced. Get a set of 4 for just $99, size P155 80R13. Take advantage of savings on MasterCare car service specials, too. This week, save on a MasterCare wheel alignment, just $16.95 most cars. Ridebuster shock absorbers on sale, only $9.95 plus installation. Tire sale ends February 1st. Offers available at Firestone company-owned stores in Greater Chicagoland. Come on, drive over to Firestone.
Incidental bad call.
Ray Larrabee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus at Soldier Field. It's 10-0 Bears. 7:14 left to go first half. On that punt return, the Bears were caught for an illegal block. Les Frazier, the guilty party. So the 10-yard penalty moves it back to the 16-yard line instead of the 26, and that's where Chicago will start this drive.
It was on the other sideline.
Rams fourth the league's 5th-ranked defense, 4th defending the run, 10th through the air. Rams are 26th offensively, 14th on the ground, 28th passing. Bears offense has generated better numbers, and of course the defense leads the entire league in yardage. So Chicago will start with a 1st and 10. 10-0 Bears on top. They've had no scoring in the second period of play. That Rams defense, I'll tell you what, those guys don't eat teeth. Maybe the offense does, but not the defense.
No, it's tough going against that win, too. And they, you know, early in the year, they were playing outstanding football.
They won, what, 7 in a row, I believe, to start the season. They were the other team that was winning, and everybody was jumping on the Bears bandwagon. Nobody paid attention, but the Rams were 7-0 before they went into a bit of a tailspin. At a period where they lost 3 of 4. Matter of fact, the Rams have lost 3 of their last 4 away from home. The lone victory being a win in San Francisco that clinched the Western Division title for them. Calvin Thomas of the wing right side. Walter Payton alone set back for the Bears at a first down near the 16-yard line. McMahon ducks in under a center. Jay Hilgenberg. Thomas in motion to the near side. McMahon back to throw, looking right, swings it out to Payton at the center. Gets a block and turns upfield across the 15, cutting right for the sideline, and he's rolled out of bounds near the 18-yard line. Mike Wiltshire on the far side made the tackle on the play. Short pickup for the Chicago Bears. Looks to be a gain of 3 yards at a 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, they did that play before.
Not a running, a lot of activity for 3 yards.
Football just short of the 19-yard line. Bears in their own territory. 6:45 left to go. We're in this, the first half of play, second period. McKinnon out to the near side.
6:40 left to play.
Wide receivers split to the far side as Willie Galt back to throw. McMahon under pressure, steps up, and he'll take it himself, cross the 20, and hook slides out to the 24-yard line. Penalty marker is down, thrown to the offensive backfield, maybe for holding. Jim Collins on the tackle downfield. Illegal motion against Chicago.
I thought it was pretty quick to have a holding penalty that fast.
He'll look for a receiver. If the receiver's not there, he looks for the lane to run
I flew home last week with an official umpire. I've met him occasionally on the plane coming home.
Boy, this is a little easier today than I thought.
Still second down.
And I says, is that true what they were saying on TV, like Dick Vermeil and Graham were saying that you officials don't call as many penalties in a playoff game and this and that? And he says, that's a bunch of malarkey because he says that no one from the league office or anybody gives them any, any instructions what to do. He says, sometimes you don't have that many calls.
Well, you have better teams. They don't make as many mistakes in the playoffs. That's what I would figure. That would be the natural reason. Receivers right and left now on the 2nd down and 12 yards to go. Top yardage on that play and some movement on the line as McMahon takes the snap. And now it looks like there's a lot of pointing going on.
Well, Hilgenberg is probably saying something about maybe them nasty people on defense might be calling out signals. Who knows?
Some jumping on the line. So we've had a legal motion penalty on Forts, and now Keith Van Horn jumps off too soon. And this backs up the football inside the 10-yard line of Chicago. So penalty mark drive getting underway here for the Bears. Still 2nd down.
You know what happens, Keith Van Horn? I'm seeing this Calvin Thomas going in motion right behind Keith Van Horn. A lot of times it's on a timing thing, and maybe Jim McMahon was just a little bit slow in making the snap count.
Yeah, Dennis McKinnon split to the right side. Would have gone down to the left. Running backs are split on a second at 17 near the 9-yard line. And McMahon takes on a draw play, hands it off to Calvin Thomas, slanting off right tackle, and Thomas is run down near the 10-yard line. Gary Jeter got over and made the ankle grab on him. And they're going to mark it at the 10-yard line, a gain of 50 yards. So it'll be a third down now for Chicago, 16 yards to go. The ball at the 10-yard line.
Played his best game as a Ram.
I wonder why Thomas was in there. He was in there the last couple series in place of Matsui.
He has been the last 2 series.
I've asked Matt about that. He's done that though throughout the year, and they say just to get a fresh body in there.
Calvin Thomas comes off, and Dennis Gentry goes in. It's passing situation for the Bears out of the shotgun. Slot to the left side of the wide receiver. Rams in a blitz posture with their linebackers. Now they back off. McKinnon in motion to the right side. McMahon takes the snap. Here comes the right. And McMahon fires it over the middle. And the pass overthrown. Instead of a Dennis Gentry over his head near the 15-yard line. Very nearly intercepted by a diving defender for the Los Angeles Rams.
Sort of a middle screen where they kind of like take on the defensive lineman and let them think they're getting through, and then Gentry sneaks in right in the middle of the field, and they dump it over the rushman, and then hopefully you go up the field, but he just overthrew it a little bit.
Oh, it was a good rush. It kind of shielded Jim from seeing Gentry down the middle. Buford has had punts of 32 and 30 yards here this afternoon. Last week he averaged 37.3 yards in the game against the Giants on 6 punts. He's kicking from his end zone. Twin safeties back deep for the Los Angeles Rams. Buford waiting for the snap now from Jay Hilgenberg. Here it is. Buford takes it. No rush. He moves forward. Gets his kick away end over end. Backing up on it. Johnson to the 50 to the 40. And the Bears have it covered now. And this one will be down in the vicinity of the 35-yard line.
All right. I was just going to say the Rams are going to get the ball inside the 50. But the Rams coaches are going to be livid about that. You've got to field that ball. You field the ball, and he gets it on the 50-yard line. And it's going on in. You know, when I first seen the ball, it looked like a line drive kick. And, you know, all the great commentators go, oh, it's a line drive, so it's returnable. But this time they let it bounce, and it took a bounce for the Bears.
Looked like Leroy Irvin was going to make a play on it, but he backed off, and Johnny Johnson let it go, and it rolled 55 yards to the 35 of the Rams. First down, Los Angeles. Dickerson up close to the quarterback, Peter Brock. You hear the signal. Crowd roaring in the background. Now, Dickerson steps back. Wide receivers left and right. Peter Brock back to throw, looking fires the flat. Very nearly intercepted by Singletary near the 45. Penalty markers all over the field.
Yeah, they're going to call Richardson. He was kind of hanging over.
Richardson might have been hooking Henry Ellard on the play, it looked like.
But the ball couldn't be caught. They're going to say it couldn't be caught, I bet you.
I think it may have
or it was tipped.
Ball was tipped. In that case, the contact is legal.
Right. That's absolutely.
On the play, the ball is shut. Ball is shut. Incomplete pass. Second down.
Second and 10, Los Angeles, 35-yard line, Rams territory. 10-0 Bears, 4:44 left to go. In this the first half of the break of the action. Let's take this 10-second timeout on the WTN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Amoco Motor Club emergency vehicles will be located at both the north and south end of Soldier Field to assist motorists having problems in the parking lot.
Brock back to throw on second down, fires the left side, and the pass overthrown, incomplete. I'm not sure if Wilbur Marshall got a piece of it in front of the intended receiver, Bobby Duckworth, on the far side near the 40-yard line. Les Frazier in the coverage in the secondary downfield. Third and 10, Los Angeles.
Let's go back to that first down play, and great anticipation by Mike Singletary. First, Mike looking, it was a play-action pass, Mike making sure that there wasn't anybody coming up the middle, and then he made a great effort in getting back into the pass of the ball.
Duckworth split left. Henry Ellard wide to the right side. It's 10-0 Bears. Rams facing a third and 10. From the 35-yard line of Los Angeles. Dickerson the long setback. Tony Hunter in motion from right to left across the line. Brock takes, hands it off to Dickerson, sweeping right. Takes the turn, 35-40. Dickerson's got a first down on the near side. To the 45-yard line. Singletary, Fensick arrived finally on the play to make the stop. And well, let's see where they spot the football. He is short of that first down.
You know what happened when the man went in motion? One of the corner linebackers, either Otis or whatever, I got to look at the he went away, which left a wide opening over there. And I noticed Singletary really chewing out somebody.
They spot the ball just short of the the 45-yard line, apparently where Z first hit.
Well, both Singletary and Wilson went with the motion man, so I'm guessing that maybe Singletary is supposed to go with the motion man, leave Oaks on this side. You won't see that happen again because they left everybody wide open on this side, just a big hole.
Fourth down, less than a yard. The Rams are punting. The snap to Hatcher gets it away. Aims a high kick, and the ball hits near the 28 on the far side. Makes a Rams hop and rolls inside the 20 to the 10, and is down in the vicinity of the 8-yard line, where the Bears will start this drive at a first and 10. So we're seeing a bit of a stalemate here in the second period of play, but the Bears have 10 first period points and hold the upper hand, 10-0 with 3:33. Let's play to the first half. 48-yard punt that time to the Chicago 8-yard line, where the Bears will put it in play first and 10.
Two of the game's premier
I think Buddy Ryan's going to have a little talk with Otis or somebody there about that play.
Thomas of Detroit.
Just like no one to contain, and when you give that to Dickerson, you got to hold your breath a little bit.
First down, Chicago Bears from the Bears 8-yard line.
8-yard line.
Jim McMahon in the passing department here this afternoon, 8 of 13, 99 yards. High formation backfield, Peyton and Suya, the running back. Gall wide to the right side, McKinnon out to the left, right in the tight end. Handoff, Peyton started to the left side, took it back toward the middle, and the Rams stacked it up. Good fortune of that L.A. defense. Greg Meisner was in there, along with Reggie Doss, the 8-year pro. And they stacked it up pretty well. Gain of a yard or two. Marked at a gain of 2, just short of the 10-yard line of the Bears, second and 8. Walter Payton in 8 games against the Rams has rushed for 100 yards 3 times, 585 yards and 137 attempts, a 4.3 average against the Rams in his career. Last week had 93 yards and 27 carries. Second down, 8 yards to go for the Bears from the 10-yard line. Bears territory. Receivers draped to the right and left sides out of the I formation. And McMahon off the play action to Peyton. Has time now over the middle to Peyton. Peyton cutting left to the 10 to the 15 to the 20. He's got a first down. In the arms of Carl Eckert, the inside linebacker. First down, Chicago.
Good job by Jim McMahon, too, to buy a little time there. Scramble around, make sure the throw.
The Bears are hurting the Rams a little bit with these little deep passes here and there.
You know, one of the things to look at and to marvel at with Walter Payton is that he never takes a real hard hit from anybody. You'll see him sandwiched, and somehow he ends up, the 2 defenders take the hard hit, and he doesn't really get hit that hard. Like a lot of other backs, how many times have we said, oh, that must hurt? We never say that about Walter. He's never in a position where he gets hit real hard. He's always moving.
Suing and Peyton in the backfield as the Bears approach the line of scrimmage. He's come to the 2-minute warning. First half of play in the 1986 NFC Championship Game. Time out of the field. The Bears lead the Rams 10-0 on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Wayne, I got to tell you something. Let's be perfectly honest now. I mean, people are talking about the Bears, and people are talking about the refrigerator. You know, that's all you hear about these days. This guy, the refrigerator. He seems to be on everybody's mind. Absolutely. Bear fans really seem to be taken to this person. Well, it's no wonder, Chuck. You know, the refrigerator's having a terrific season. And as the Bears continue their march to the Super Bowl lane, the refrigerator, he is bound to see more and more action. Well, you got that right. Because, you know, when the Bears go to the refrigerator, their fans head to the refrigerator for America's best brewed premium beer, Highland's Old Style. Old Style is the great Wisconsin beer that's still twice brewed, or Croatian. That slow, old-world method that's the most natural way to brew beer, and Wayne, it's also the most expensive. And, you know, they get back to the basics. Highland's Old Style is brewed with the purest, most perfect artesian spring water. That's Heilman's Old Style. From the G. Heilman Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin. You'll find it in the refrigerator.
Amico presents the Amico Sports Profile.
We're here with Chainsaw Esposito, living sports legend Chainsaw. Who are your idols?
FDR, JFK, and Francois Truffaut.
Fascinating favorite hobby?
Needlepoint, Canasta, and Amigo Premium Lead-Free Gasoline.
Interesting. How do you keep fit?
Hopscotch.
Amazing favorite color?
Amigo Premium Lead-Free Gasoline.
Why's that?
It's great gasoline, man.
Of course. Favorite song?
Green Sleeve.
And what's in the future for Chainsaw?
I want to go where no player on my team has ever gone before. The end zone. Amigo, your condo.
Don't forget to stay with us at halftime. Expert analysis. Bob Thomas and Harv Arkish providing the expert analysis, along with Chuck Swirsky, reviewing the first half of action and looking ahead to the second half. That's at halftime here on WGN. First and 10, Chicago Bears, 20-yard line in their own territory. 2-minute warning. Field position to this second period of play, the Bears started on the 29, 16, and 8-yard line of the first period, 44, 49 of Los Angeles, and 19-yard line of Chicago. So a big difference from first to second half on field position. Running back to a split for Chicago. Receivers deploy to the right and left side. Now they move Suey to the wing on the right side, leaving Peyton with the lone setback on a first and 10. And McMahon on the back pedal. The blitz is on for Mike Wilshire. McMahon steps up, threads it over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. A lunging attempt made by Matt Suey. Jim Collins right with him on the coverage in the Rams linebacking corps. Mike Wilshire came in once again and at least made Jim McMahon move up in that pocket a little bit before he was picked up.
You've been saying Mike Wilshire's name quite often here today. He's running around with some breakfast abandon, as they say. He's that fourth rusher. Along with the three-man rush, he usually comes.
They'll bring Wilshire or Owens or both in a lot of cases.
Good job by Walter Payton in blocking Wilshire at first.
Receivers right and left for Chicago. Second and 10 from the 20-yard line. And McMahon backpedals. McMahon under pressure, and down he goes. He's sacked on the play. Doug Reed. The defensive left end was all over Jim McMahon, and he didn't have a chance. The sack executed back near the 11-yard line. And with a minute 51 left to be played of the first half, a timeout called by the Los Angeles Rams as the Bears face a third down and 18 yards to go.
Oh, is there a mix-up on that play or what? He got him so fast.
Oh, yeah. He was almost in the pocket before McMahon.
Remember a year ago.
Well, here's the case where Jeter comes in now. They got four rushmen, that one linebacker. Let's see, no, they're going to stay with three linebackers on defense.
And he was also
for the break of the action, let's take this 10-second timeout on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Rough, unfinished wood is no match for the 3M sanding block kit. It features 5 durable sandpaper sheets and it's just $266 at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Isn't sure who he should take. He tries to go
Wayne Larrabee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus. The Rams getting pressure on Jim McMahon. And as I mentioned, the field position, a great difference for the Bears in the first to second period. In the first, they operated for the most part in Rams territory. In the second period, they've been bottled up in their own end. The Rams, on the other hand, have had good field position in the second period as compared to the first. Their first 3 drives in the initial quarter started on the Los Angeles 18, 20, and 26-yard line. In the second period, they have started drives on the Los Angeles 37, 17, and 35-yard line. A little bit of an improvement, however, not enough of an improvement to get him into the end zone or get him into position to go into the end zone. Third down for the Chicago Bears. A little bit more than 18 yards to go. Willie Gault out to the left side. Dennis McKinnon wide to the right. The running backs are split, and Jim McMahon ducks in under a center. No shotgun. Peyton in motion to the right side, and McMahon takes. He hands it off to Matsui. Starts holding the left side, cuts it back toward the middle. Across the 15, out near the 20-yard line. Matsui on the carry. Got it back to the 20, and it'll be for Chicago. Gain on that play of 9 yards. And it'll be a fourth down to 10 yards to go. Carl Eckern made the stop for the Los Angeles Rams. Another timeout taken by the Rams. They have 1 remaining with a minute 41 left to go. Maury Buford comes on and punt formation.
The Bears have been built basically.
Well, the field position again will be a crucial issue here. I'll tell you what, the last possession that started on the Los Angeles 35, Buford was kicking from his end zone, and again we mentioned, we go back to it, by allowing that football to bounce in front of the 2 return men back there, it allowed the Bears to cover it deeper downfield, and the Rams otherwise might have started in Chicago territory, and that could have been a big factor.
Even if you have the punt coverage team coming down and they're coming towards you, it seems like when the ball's bouncing, I mean, you ought to be professional enough to know when it's end over end and it's coming your way, that it's not going to take a tricky bounce. So why not try to catch it and immediately hold on to it and hit the ground, because you're going to get hit anyway. But you take that chance, but everybody's afraid of the fumble and everything else, and they let it roll and get them in a bigger hole.
Mark Bortz.
Well, it behooves them to be afraid of the fumble, because you don't want a fumble to put you in bad field position. Well, yeah, but
Irvin and Johnson back in twin safeties. Buford waits for the snap at his 5-yard line. Henry Ellard out with bruised ribs, and he is the normal kick return man or punt return man for the Los Angeles Rams.
And Leroy Irvin.
Jay Hugenberg on the snap. Here it is. Maurice Buford gets it, takes his time, gets away, and end over end line drive kick. Johnson fields it to the 45. He darts to his left, now turns back the other way. Loses the football, and it's up for grabs, but Jerry Gray covers it at the 41-yard line of the Rams for Los Angeles.
Jerry Gray.
He was running around, and then he tried to come back toward the sideline, either to get out of bounds or whatever, and I don't know.
Looked like Hilgenberg got a swipe at it and knocked it out.
Jay's doing a good job. He snaps the ball, and then, it used to be he could be the first one down there, but he hustles down and does a good job. I think on the replay, you can see Jay Hilgenberg hit his receiver's elbow and just popped it out.
So the Rams, instead of starting near the 50, started the 41-yard line of this drive. They have 1 minute, 29 seconds left to work in the first period of play. One timeout remaining as Dieter Brock looks to the air, wings it right and overshot. Henry Ellard incomplete to the near side. Ellard is back in there. He is not returning punts, but he is back in a wide receiver for the Los Angeles Rams. So those ribs have got to be bothering him a little bit. Mike Richardson on the coverage for Chicago. That pass didn't have a chance.
Well, the ribs shouldn't bother him only if he has to raise his hands. So, or if he's a pass receiver, the ball's going to have to be right in his chest, or if he coughs, or he laughs, or he runs, or he flies,
or he's flinching. Second and 10 from the 41 of Los Angeles for the Rams. Brock now 4 of 12, 28 yards. And Brock again retreats the rushes. Looking Brock on the feet, steps up, gets it away on the left side, and the pass is short. Incomplete, near the 50-yard line. Dickerson, the intended receiver, make that Ron Brown, the intended receiver on the far side. Otis Wilson was coming hard to the pass rush. And they got good pressure on Dieter Brock, and the pass again, not on target.
Yeah, there's the difference between Dickerson and Waller Pate. Dickerson stood up there to block somebody, and he just got crushed. He got pushed right back into Dieter.
Ron Brown split left. Henry Ellard wide to the right side. Third down and 10, Los Angeles, 41-yard line. Minute 20 to go in the first half. Brock again retreats, pops the right side. Tony Hunter fumbles and drops it. At the 43-yard line in the flat, there was no way he would have gotten the first down. Richardson and Fensick were right there. Another impressive stand by the Chicago defense. 1, 2, 3, and the Rams are out.
I tell you, there were two people right there. If he would have caught the ball, too bad he didn't catch it, would have wasted more time. But since we're going to get the ball, we want to get the more time, stop the clock. So it worked out good. Yeah, he wouldn't have gained the first down yardage anyway. No.
He's already go back to the single safety. Dale Hatcher, his last two punts have gone for 44 and 48 yards. And here's the snap to Hatcher. The rush is on, gets the kick away. A high kick, where to go. Washington allows it to hit on the 20. Chicago bounce, hit it. Chicago defender, I believe Reggie Phillipson is recovered by the Rams on the 21-yard line.
Yeah, he fell down or was laying down there around the 20-yard line. The ball bounced and touched him. So, and the Ram received it. I mean, they jumped on it, so that's their ball. Why don't we catch it there, though? That's the thing. Well, nice high ball. Catch that ball. Well, you know what he did? He looked up at the ball. He looked at the people coming downfield, and he changed his mind. He backed away from it.
Jerry Gray.
That's the ball.
The recovery, but again on his back, and the ball bounced up, and it hit Reggie Phillips. And the Rams were right on the play, and now they've got a big break. First down from the 21-yard line. Chicago territory. Listen to the crowd. Dieter Brock barking out the signals as loud as he can. Hunter in motion to the left side. Hand off Dickerson, slanting right. Breaks inside the 20. Not much farther. Down to the 17-yard line. Fensick made the tackle, a gain of 4. Second and 6. McMichael also there from the interior portion of the Chicago Bears defensive line.
You know what helps the Los Angeles Rams in a noisy crowd like this? The splits are all so tight. They're such a tight offensive unit that they're not out there where they can't hear.
Second down and 6 yards to go, Rams. Dickerson a little setback across Eric, sweeping left, turns upfield to the 15, cut down near the 12-yard line. Short of the first down of the Rams by about a yard and a half. Gary Fensick made the tackle for Chicago. They'll mark it at the 13. So it'll be a third down and 2 yards to go for Los Angeles.
So they still have one timeout, right?
Yes, they do. They have 18 seconds left to go. Rams to the line of scrimmage. 12 seconds left to go. Brock wants one more play. Ducks in under his center. Tony Slick takes the snap. Drops back to throw. Looking to deal. Over the middle he goes. Dickerson at the 10 to the 5. Dickerson brought time. The crowd runs out.
Wait a minute.
I can't believe it. Time is expired on the scoreboard. The Rams, I don't believe, are aware of it. They couldn't have been.
Well, wait a minute now. They're not walking off the field yet.
The Bears benches are. Yeah, the benches are. Now there's a discussion with the officials. Boy, how embarrassing it would be if the clock was not in sync at this most crucial point of the first half.
Well, if it's a first down, they don't call timeout to move the chain and all that psychology or whatever. So
timing expired, so by the time the play ended, he go out the play.
I'm sure they're talking over if the ball carrier called timeout. Dickerson, if he had the authority to call timeout as soon as he hit the ground, he might have been yelling timeout.
But if he hit the ground with 1 second to go, you can't call timeout. Stop the clock. No.
Talking to Burrow Toller.
All right, we got it. That's it. All right, so wait a minute. What were the Rams doing with, one timeout left, running a play with 17 seconds?
I know. I've seen you looking at that's Josh's fault. He didn't hustle everybody up to make it more time for him to run that last play. But even though, it was a short pass, thinking they're going to complete it, where are they going to go with it?
Over the middle also, not a sideline pass. Dickerson had no chance to get out of bounds. That's crazy. And the Rams, as a result, trail the Bears 10-0 at halftime in this NFC Championship game. We'll be back with the second half of today's game in a few minutes after our halftime activity on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Tired of winter giving you the cold shoulder? Ozark is
You saw David Hill trying to call a timeout. Here's Dennis Harrod trying to call a timeout. Brock is signaling timeout. Robinson's calling a timeout.
Ozark's heat wave is sweeping over all of Florida with lots of flights to all the hottest spots.
Timeout until Dickerson is down for whistleblower. Very confusing situation.
Right now, you can book Ozark's ultra-hot, ultra-saver fares to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, and Jacksonville. Same fine food and service, but with up to 70% off our regular fare. At that price, you can't afford to be cold. Make your reservation now.
It's 10-0, the Bears.
The Bears and Rams have played just once in postseason competition. Back in 1950, the Rams scored a 24-14 victory over the Bears for the NFL title. The Rams have won 3 of the last 4 meetings with the Bears, but Chicago holds a 31-21-3 overall advantage in the series. The Bears have won 18 of their last 20 games at Soldier Field. The Rams are 2-0 against NFC Central competition this season, holding victories over the Vikings and Packers. The Bears are the youngest team in the NFC, being coached by the oldest staff in the conference. These are Bear facts. I'm Wayne Larrabee.
Last play of the Rams, Dieter Brock, and I don't think I saw it. Obviously, we didn't see it because he wasn't at the timeout wasn't called in time. But what the quarterback should do prior to the last snap, even going to the line of scrimmage, just go to the referee and just touch him and say, look, I want a timeout as soon as the ball is down. As soon as it's down, give me a timeout. And you don't have to do anything more. Just tell him that that's what you want, and he does it automatically. So apparently he didn't do that. Now that's the sign of a good quarterback. And as a linebacker, you probably might want to do the same thing on defense if the situation arises.
Right. I think he just made he definitely was looking to the outside, and then he just last second he seen Dickerson. I guess with that type of a back, I don't know if he really thought he could go and score. That's asking a little bit too much. I don't care how great catching a little drop pass right in the middle of the field, and I don't know. It was something, but that's over with. This is a new half, and I was kind of interested in seeing what was going to happen here in the second half, and the Rams are going to have the win for the third quarter, so at least we're going to have the win in the fourth quarter. Here's a case of where we're going to get the ball, and we should just try to speed up the clock as much as possible and try to drive it the length of the field, maybe come up with a score, if not just eat the time away, and keep the ball away from the Rams for this third quarter with the important factor of having the wind at their back.
Total net yards 68 for the Rams. The Bears 152 net yards of offense, 33 on the ground for the Rams, 35 through the air, 60 on the ground for the Bears, 92 net yards through the air for Chicago.
Looking at the replay too, the Rams, after Dickerson hit the ground, everybody was just walking around like as if they had a minute or something to go.
I was wondering. You're right. The actions of the Rams led me to think that, well, maybe the clock isn't accurate. The officials have told the players on the field, hey, you got a few more seconds, that type thing, But, just the way they acted, you're right, because it looked like they were in no real hurry at all, and we've got time now. We'll get the field goal unit on and kick the field goal. And The Bears, of course, they saw the clock and reacted accordingly. Willie Galt and Dennis Gentry back deep, and Quinn safety to receive this Mike Lansford kick. Bare-footed kicker, booting from left to right. And the ball being held by Nolan Cromwell. To start the second half, here's the approach in the boot, and the kick sailing toward the near side. Gentry near the 2. Takes it straight ahead to the 10 to the 15, angles left to the 20. He's out across the 20-yard line, out to about the 23, and is shot back to the play. And again, some late hitting going on, and a fight ensues. Vince Newsom made the penetration and the tackle. 21-yard return.
They turn into one.
Be a first down for the Bears. Well, there's been a lot of that extracurricular activity here today.
Newsom and Michael Young now. Nothing dropped. No harm, no foul.
As long as they're in the flag out there, you're right.
That's like the official telling me after a guy comes through and knocks you in the head, he said, it didn't hurt. Let me decide if it hurts or not.
Football now just out across.
First down, Bears. Their own 24. They lead it 10-0. Rams had 68 yards total.
Apparently the 30-second clock is not functioning. And the official on the field will keep track of that.
From a quarterback standpoint, that could be a factor because you really come to rely on that, especially if you have a lead like the Bears have now. You want to use up every bit of that 30-second clock every time. And without being able to see it tick down, you've got to rely on your own clock. And if you haven't used it in a long while, it's going to be tough.
Dennis McKinnon split right. Willie Galt out to the left side. Running backs are split in a pro set formation. Matt Suey and Walter Payton, the backfield tandem from the 23 on a 1st and 10. And McMahon is back to throw. McMahon has time over the middle. He goes. Threads the needle to Emery Moorhead across the 30, and Moorhead is wrapped up near the 32-yard line. Jim Collins, the all-pro. Boy, they've been working on the inside linebackers, Collins and Eckern, all afternoon of the passing game.
Well, if you remember at the outset, I said that the important thing for attacking his own defense are your tight ends and your running backs, and that's exactly what's happening. It's not surprising just throwing on first down. He's 7 of 9 in the first half. 91 out of 109 yards he had passing in the first half were on first down.
Gain of 8 out of 2nd down and 2. Chicago on the attack, offset I formation to the left side. Toss Payton. Walter gets the block, makes the turn around. The block by Suey. Football out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It's a first down. Chicago. No one retained possession. Leroy Irvin made the tackle that helped pry the ball loose. Second time, Walter Payton has lost the handle here today. And fortunately for the Bears, the fumble in the first period of play was recovered, I believe, by Jim Covert, and this one went out of bounds before the Rams could capture. 8-yard pickup, first down from the 40 down. That's some breaks today, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We have had some breaks.
Well, you make your break.
Yes, sir. McKinnon split right. Willie Galt deployed to the left side. Split backfield behind Jim McMahon. And he takes and drops back to throw on first down. McMahon bullets to the left side. It's Payton cutting toward the middle. Gets by a defender, but is pricked up across the 45 at the 46-yard line. Looks to be a gain of 6. Jim Collins, who's seen an awful lot of traffic come his way, made the stop for the Los Angeles Rams.
Well, it's obvious the game plan. Throw on first down, and so you don't get yourself and make some yardage. And try not to get into a definite passing situation where they'll bring in Jeter and not a half-bad pass rusher. So their game plan, I think, is working to a T right now.
Bears scored on their first 2 possessions. They have been blanked since, but the Rams have been blanked all the way. 10-0 Chicago, 3rd period of play. 2nd and 4 for the Bears from the 46-yard line in Bears territory. Here's the handoff to the running back, Matt Suey, twisting off left guard and working his way across the 45 to the 48-yard line. Carl Eckern makes the tackle after a pickup of 2, leaving a 3rd down for Chicago.
You know, he has that glove on the left hand. He tore a tendon in his ring finger on the left hand last week.
Temperature at game time, 38 degrees. Winds were out of the west at 24 miles per hour. The winds appear to have shifted a bit to the northwest now. And that was to be expected, according to Steve Kaiser, the Bears special teams coach. Now 3rd down, 2 yards to go for the Bears. Wind blew the ball off the spot where the official had put it down. A pretty strong gusty wind on the floor of the stadium. Running backs are split pro set formation. Receivers deployed to the right and left side. The 3rd down. Here's the handoff to Suey. Hit in the backfield and stacked up by Reggie Doss in the middle of the line as he cut up the middle. Reggie Doss was there, and so was Jim Collins. The initial penetration made by the nose tackle, Charlie DeJournay.
Watch him on Hilgenberg here.
So it is for Chicago now, 4th down.
He gets penetration right there.
They give him a gain of a yard, and Matt Suey got a yard on Gutson, second effort alone.
Reggie Doss is
coming
It
in
was
from the
fourth in the yard. Interesting to see Jay Hilgenberg blocking on Charlie Deasernay. And Jay seemed to want to back to his right and give the hole like to the right side. And Matsui went back to the left and ran right into Charlie Deasernay. I wonder if somebody didn't do the right thing there.
Maury Buford on a punt formation. Line of scrimmage is the 49. It is a fourth down and a yard to go for the Bears. Here's the snap to Buford. Moves forward. Twin safety's back deep for the Rams. A floater of a kick, end over end. Hits near the 25 and bounds out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. And the Rams will take it from there. So first down, Los Angeles, their initial possession of the second half. A 28-yard punt by Maury Buford into that swirling wind. We've got a timeout of the field. 11:39 left to go. Third period of play. Bears 10, Rams nothing on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
On the walls of a cave near Lascaux in southern France are some crude but remarkably sensitive paintings. Paintings which show animals that disappeared from Europe 10,000 years ago. The people who made the paintings also disappeared, leaving few traces of their civilization behind. There is almost nothing on Earth, including the Earth itself, which has remained the way it was.
Except for the American
One exception is water. Water, stored deep in stone caverns below the
I think
ground,
that's going to be a
will
second
stay in
half
its
play. I
perfect,
felt
pure,
that all
natural
along.
state for
Then
tens
when
of
we talk
thousands
about
of
it
years.
at halftime.
To make our old-style beer, the House of Heilemann brews only with water of a purity and freshness that can no longer be found on the surface of the earth.
It's going to play a part here in the
To end this
second half. We can lead into it.
we begin with perfection. Heilemann's old-style beer, brewed with water from when the earth was pure. G. Heilemann Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
The Bears are on their way to the Super Bowl, and it's clear they're winners with the right lineup. Well, La Victoria's got the right lineup just for you. Salsa Suprema, sensational over a hamburger. Chili dip, terrific with chips. Taco sauce, a great topper for tacos or hot dogs. And just like the Bears, La Victoria's got every position covered. They've got a salsa, dip for sauce to turn every meal or snack into a winner. Enjoy La Victoria. That's La Victoria, champions of great taste since 1917.
There's this year's genius.
Wayne Larrabee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus at Soldier Field in Chicago from the 23-yard line. The Rams are their first possession of the second half. They trail 10-0. All the scoring coming on the first two Chicago possessions of the game in the first period of play.
Oh, and I think that's the thing. You know,
So Dieter Brock and company set to go. Henry Ellard is in the ball game, although he is playing with sore ribs and has not been back returning punt. Ellard and Brown both out to the left side. Tony Hunter at tight end on the wing right side. Dickerson, the lone setback for the Los Angeles Rams. Dieter Brock looks it over, ducks it under his center, Cody Slayton. Brock takes the snap, sets up short, looking left, now looking around, threads it over the middle, hits Dickerson, who is taken down to the play by Otis Wilson and covered up by Mike Singletary. Wilson got a piece of him, a gain of what looks to be about 6 yards down to the 29-yard line.
The other day, he said they don't even throw me the ball.
Second down and 4 coming up for the Los Angeles Rams. Gain of 6.
He doesn't have any pass back.
Brock was trying to get to Henry Ellard on that play, but Gary Fetzik had moved over and was in position to intercept, and Brock did a good job of not throwing that ball into coverage.
One of the raps is that he hasn't been reading defense as well.
He's been reading pretty well today, that's for sure.
Dickerson, the lone setback, receivers left and right, and the Rams at a second down. Brock off the play action. Rainbow deep down the right side, going for Ellard, and the pass just overthrown incomplete. Ellard had half a step on Richardson down the right sidelines near the 30, and the ball tailed out of bounds. And it's a third down for the Rams at about 4 yards to go.
What you don't want to do is give Brock some confidence that he has time. That time it was like a slow developing play, did a little play action with Dickerson, and then had enough time to throw, 40 yards downfield, which was 10 yards too much. But again, he's throwing with the wind. Those long passes with the wind tend to fail.
Ron Brown wide left. Henry Ellard out to the right side. Redden and Dickerson, the backfield tandem. Third down and 4 yards to go for the Los Angeles 29. Ellard in motion to the left side. And back to throw. Dieter Brock under some pressure. Gets it away on the right side for Ellard. And the pass incomplete. Hands of Ellard and pass interference that they call on Richardson, who came over to make the play.
Not catchable. Not catchable at all. I disagree with that call. Sorry.
That pass was wide. Ellard did well just get one hand on it if he got that much. And Richardson was there with it.
Defense, number 27. First down,
Pass incomplete near the 48-yard line, and that's where the flag was thrown. So the Rams will have it on a first and 10.
Regardless, whether he did it or not, it's putting pressure on your defense. You know, like we were just saying. I mean, it's tough to contain Brown and Dickerson for full first close to 4 quarters of the game, and we're giving them another break here.
It translates to a 19-yard penalty, 5 penalties, 44 yards assessed against the Bears here this afternoon. High formation backfield, receivers deployed to the left and right side. Dickerson, the tail of the Santa, the handoff to Dickerson, slanting off right tackle. Dickerson throws the football. The Bears are in the record near the 48-yard line of Chicago. It looks like Mike Richardson on the back of the pile got the football.
Gets the fumble recovery.
That's two fumbles. Buddy Ryan said he's going to put it down 3 times. Mike Richardson on the fumble recovery, and the Bears stop the Rams and take over at the Chicago 48-yard line. Best field position for the Chicago offense since the first period.
You know, Dickerson had a hole to run through there. Yeah, he did. He got through. Gary Fetchick was blocked out of the play. And Gary threw through the last bastion of the fifth. He was pushed out of the way. And so we're lucky. Otis grabbed him and stripped him down.
Dennis McKinnon wide right. Willie Golf out to the left side. Suey and Payton at a split backfield behind Jim McMahon. McMahon takes the snap and is straight back to throw on first down. Swings it out left side. Payton now one-on-one with Mike Wiltshire. Hit by Wiltshire. Chased by Wiltshire across the 50 to the 49 of Los Angeles, and that is it. Walter one-on-one with that fine linebacker on the outside for Los Angeles. The right outside linebacker. Walter made 3, second and 7.
See, Wilson made a great play. I mean, one-on-one with Wallace Payton, and he didn't commit himself. I mean, he kind of just stood there and, you know, played a mirror drill with Waller and enabling his pursuit to get over there and help him out.
So on a second down and 7 from the 49-yard line of Los Angeles, the Bears offense on the attack here in the third period of play. Chicago leading 10-0. Golf out to the left side. McKinnon split to the right. Running back to the pro set formation. McMahon dropping back. He fires the right side of the pass incomplete. Instead of for Tim Reitman, it was well off the mark. Looked like Jim just threw it away. Mello had the coverage out of the right flat. Third down now for Chicago. 7 yards to go. McMahon 12 of 19, 125 yards.
It was good coverage by the Rams, and it was a good job by Jim McMahon in throwing the ball away, knowing that the time clock in his head was going off, saying, hey, I better get rid of this ball. There's no one there, and the rest is going to get me sooner or later. And he did a good job of getting rid of it.
Dennis McKinnon comes out now in this third down play, and Fred Cato over to have a look. Seem to be pointing toward his ribs. Jim McMahon of the shotgun formation. Marjoram and Golf both deployed to the left side. Gentry in motion to the right. Here's the snap on third down to McMahon. McMahon under a rush. Fires at level. Touchdown to Wally Golf inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. A first down. Vince Newsom was right there along with Leroy Irvin, and I don't know how he fed it in there. 10-yard pickup, first down Bears.
Boy, Willie's made some good catches today. You know, we used to talk about sometimes he has trouble catching the ball in a crowd, but one in the first half, and that one right there, as good as the catch you want to see, right between 2 defenders, and not a half-bad throw by McMahon also, who took a real hard shot after he threw the ball.
Oh, I think that was a darn good throw because Irvin and Newsom were right there, and he had to put it on the money.
It's really tough for this old linebacker to say good things about quarterbacks, isn't it, though?
Offset eye formation, now the straight eye in the backfield. Here comes McKinnon in motion to the near side. He's back in the game. The toss to Payton, sweeping left, nowhere to go. Turns to the outside, stiff arms his way, and is taken out of bounds. A loss of yardage. Leroy Irvin, the man on the near side, who cut him off. And Payton out of bounds back near the 43-yard line. Looked to be a loss of 4. With a break to the action, let's take this 10-second timeout of the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Nothing goes with the Bears like the Browns. Chicken, that is. To feed parties with lots of hungry fans, call Brown's Chicken Catering at 4 BROWNS.
By the way, the 30-second clock now is out.
Wayne Larrabee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus at Soldier Field in Chicago. The NFC Championship Game on the line. A trip to Super Bowl 20. We've got 9:32 left to go. Third period of play. Bears are leading the Rams 10-0. Second down and 14 yards to go now from the 43-yard line of Los Angeles. Running back shift to the backfield behind Jim McMahon. Receivers right and left. Ball down to the left side. Here's the toss to Suey. Sweeping left. Suey runs into heavy traffic. Gary Jeter leading the charge along with Charlie DeJournay and Vince Newsom supporting from the secondary. And a gain of maybe a yard or so, but that's it. And a gain of 1, and it's a third down and passing situation now for the Bears. Dennis McKinnon looks like getting back to the locker room.
He's had some knee problems all
Things
year.
are getting a little volatile out there, pushing and shoving on every play now.
Plays in the game, but I'll tell you, he's the tough guy in this team. He's the guy that catches all the inside
Third down and 13 yards to go now for the Chicago Bears. The 42-yard line of Los Angeles. So McKinnon heading to the locker room. We'll get a report in a few minutes as to what his status is for the rest of the game. Might be rigged. Slot to the left side. Markram in the slot, now deployed in motion to the right. Shotgun for McMahon as he looks over the defense. On third down, hands it off to the running back. Dennis Gentry up the middle. Gentry spinning his way inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Short of the first down. Kevin Green made the tackle. That's the first time today, if I recall correctly, Jim Hart, that they have run out of the shotgun, but that's something that they do a lot of, although not usually in a third and 13 play.
No, they really broke their tendency there because their tendency has been in the medium range, not in the long range to run that play. They're going to go for it.
Gain of 7 on that play. They marked the nose of the football just inside the 35.
They're going for it.
So the Bears are going for it. It's fourth down, and it's 6 yards to go from the Rams 35. Willie Goff, Kenny Marjoram, both out to the left side. McMahon again to the shotgun, now wants a timeout. So the Bears quarterback head to the sidelines.
The 30-second clock is working again, and it worked down to 3 seconds, and Jimmy didn't feel they had time to get it off.
So we've got a break to the action. A timeout with 7:55 left to go. Third period. Bears 10, Rams nothing in the NFC Championship game on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
You don't have to be a professional electrician to make many home repairs and improvements if you have the help of quality master electrician products from True Value Hardware stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to tell you all master electrician parts are designed for simple do-it-yourself installation and include step-by-step instructions to help the job go smoothly. Even if you never tackled an electrical repair before, you'll probably find it easier than you imagined. And if you need advice or assistance in selecting the proper parts, True Value Hardware Store's knowledgeable staff will be glad to answer all your questions.
The West is behind us, isn't it?
So whether you're planning to rewire a lamp, change an electrical outlet, or install a light switch, you're sure to find what you need in the selection of master electrician products exclusively at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers, where you'll find values in every department.
WGN's exclusive short section doesn't end with the Bears. This week's highlights will also include some great college hoops. Tomorrow at 6:15, Notre Dame takes on BYU. And on Wednesday at 7:45, DePaul takes on Cleveland State. And believe it or not, we'll be getting ready for spring training in a couple of weeks as well. Cubs coverage begins February 2nd with a new feature, Harry Carey's Hot Stove League. They don't call WGN America's #1 sports station for nothing.
We're back at Soldier Field, the NFC Championship game, and Dennis McKinnon is head of the locker room again. We still don't have a report on his status. We should be getting it momentarily. The Bears are facing a fourth down at 6 yards to go from the 35 of Los Angeles. With the wind whipping around, this is one of those situations where on a normal day you might kick a field goal from here. You might try a field goal of 51, 52 yards, I guess it would be from there.
Dick and I were just talking, you know, that maybe they should cut the ball, try to get it inside the 10.
And we're told now that McKinnon has a bruised leg, not knowing if he'll return to the game. Here it is, fourth down, Chicago. McMahon ducks in under his center. Receivers right and left. Payton in motion to the right side. And McMahon takes and rolls right. Looks downfield. McMahon throws the sideline. First down, Robert Payton inside the 25 at the 22-yard line. Gary Gray forced it out of the far side.
Tell you what, Kenny Marshall was open too deep. Can you believe that? How can they leave Walter Payton alone on the sideline? There was anybody 10 yards from him.
13-yard pickup. Payton even went in motion to that side. And doesn't that normally telegraph almost a pass when you put Payton in motion to the right?
You'd think so. You'd say, hey, watch that guy. He's going in motion. They might be throwing to him. Nobody covered it.
22-yard line of the Rams. Payton now 6 catches, 54 yards. From the 22 of Los Angeles at I-formation backfield. Willie Goff to the left side. Kenny Marjoram is wide to the right. And McMahon hands it off to Payton, shooting off left tackle, and he is hit and mauled by Reggie Doss. Defensive right end has had a pretty good game here this afternoon. They've run at him a few times, and he has been equal to the task. No gain. Second down at 10 for the Bears.
What was I saying, Dick, about Walter not taking his
I was thinking about that.
That was the first time, though.
I was too polite to remark.
I think Walter, though, kind of lost his footing in defense of Walter a little bit. He lost his footing right at the last and kind of fell down as much as was pushed down.
Second and 10 Bears from the 22 of the Rams. Bears are leading it by the score of 10-0. 7:09 to go, third period. NFC Championship game in Chicago. In motion, Suey to the near side. McMahon rolling left, looking to deal. He fires it up down to the end zone.
What a great throw from McMahon.
You could see that one coming. Willie Gold was wide open. Leroy Irvin was beaten to the mark, and Jim McMahon put it into the left corner of the end zone. And the Bears lead it 16-0.
You know, that rollout seems to be buying him more time also, and it does cut down the side of the field to throw to, but, well, Willie had his guy beat. Good throw. Perfect throw. And you could see Willie when he took his man in towards the post, and with Jimmy coming back this way, that's what I don't understand why defenses can't see that. Jim's coming rolling to this side, and Willie Gall throwing in toward the post. You know he's got to come back out, because Jim can't throw it back across the middle from here.
Kevin Butler for the point after 9-play, 52-yard Chicago drive. Faithful to the holder. Here's the snap. The placement made. The kick is up, and it is good. And if I'm not mistaken, that is Willie Gall's first touchdown reception since the Minnesota game. The second or third week of the season. Right. 9 plays, 52 yards, following the fumble recovery by Mike Richardson. And the Bears now lead it 17-0 over the Los Angeles Rams. Well, now that puts a little not icing on the cake, but it gives the defense a little breathing room, is what I'm saying. They're not playing so much under the gun.
Right. Never over until the refrigerant sinks, right? Please, spare me that.
Make sure you fortify the stage first, though. So the Bears in command now, the NFC Championship game, but still 6:56 to go, third period of play.
Immediately gets back to the game right now with this kickoff return team that the Rams have. Now we got to make sure we cover it. Yeah, because Ron Brown could put it right back in there to a 10-point lead very quickly. Right.
Harry Redden on the far side. Ron Brown on the near side. Back in twin safeties.
Now it's interesting. See that piece of paper on the 50-yard line? Now it's flowing with the supposedly the wind to the back of the Bears.
Willie Gold now 4 catches, 56 yards and a touchdown. Boy, he's had an excellent postseason. Here is the approach to the blitz by Butler. A high booming kick about a yard into the end zone. Brown. He kicks it straight ahead of the 5. Now cuts left to the 10 to the 15. Makes the turn. 20, 25, 30. He sidesteps the defender. 35 to the 40 and then is swarmed under. Across the 40-yard line near the 43. Jim Morrissey caught up with him from behind as he had to wait for his blocking. Reggie Phillips is also there to help slow him down. 43-yard return, and it'll be first down now. Actually, 44th. They're going to mark it out at the 44-yard line. Give him 45 yards on that return. He took it about a yard deep.
Well, see, it was a nice high kick, which enabled the Bears' kicking coverage to get downfield. And once you break away from that first wave, with his speed, he can get it out there. So now they got it at the 44-yard line.
Eric Dickerson, the long shot back the Rams from their 44-yard line. Receivers deployed to the left and right side. Henry Ellard wide to the right now, goes to motion to the left. Ron Brown, the wide receiver to the left. Peter Brock back to throw, looking left all the way. Swings into the short corner. Hits his man and hammers down on the play is the wide receiver. Henry Ellard, Wilbur Marshall really crunched him near the midfield marker. They're going to mark it to the 49. It's a gain of 5.
They're going to be barking like dogs out there.
My goodness, I don't know how he hung on to it. Ellard's first reception. Gain of 5 on that play. Bobby Duckworth deployed to the left side. Henry Ellard comes wide to the near or right side. Running backs are split, pro set formation. Here's the handoff on a delay. Dickerson cutting left, makes the turn around the left end. He's hit from behind by Singletary and brought down. He slipped the tackle attempt by Wilbur Marshall. Then Singletary and Frazier captured him on the far side near the Chicago 45. But Eric Dickerson has picked up a first down for the Los Angeles Rams. Their second of the second half, only their 5th on the afternoon. A gain of 6 on that play.
Jim McMahon is wearing a headband this afternoon that says Roselle. It's Roselle written on a white headband. Or Roselli. Receiver is straight to the left and right side. Duckworth, the big play receiver to the left. And Dieter Brock back to throw, looking right now, looks over the middle. He pops it up. And intercepted to Les Frazier near the 31. Frazier making a circle route back to the 28 is brought down on the play as penalty markers fly. Frazier taken down near the 29-yard line. Stepped in front of the intended receiver and picked it off. A good read by Les Frazier.
And the thing about it, he had some time to throw the ball, and he just, threw behind his receiver. The penalty on the play is against the Rams for whatever reason. I didn't see a flag. Is there a flag?
First down, Chicago Bears. Apparently somebody might have thrown a beanbag on that play. That could have been it where they were marking the ball.
Well, no, the referee turned his mic on, but we didn't hear it.
He's on Duckworth there. He's running.
And they're going to mark something off.
I thought I saw a flag, but sometimes they'll throw a mark a flag instead of a beanbag to mark the ball.
Underneath Duckworth, then he was running with
We do not get an explanation on this. First and 10 from the 29. Folks, you're going to have to do with that. It's Chicago football.
That's all that matters.
That's all that counts, right? And what else is more important than that?
In order to be able to play that.
5:18 left to go. Third period of play. 17-0. Bears on top. Chicago football from the 29 of the first and 10. Running backs are split behind Jim McMahon. Golf out to the left side. McKinnon has returned each wide to the right. Hand off to Suey. Slamming and slicing off right tackle out across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. He gained 5. Jim Collins made the tackle. Reggie Doss was also there.
Look at that.
Bears are beginning to get good movement on that offensive line now in the running plays.
Well, maybe they're the ones
starting to clear some people out of there.
Right. Get the offensive line, get them a chance to make that initial contact and just run straightaway stuff.
McKinnon out to the left side. Willie Gault is wide right. McKinnon playing with a bad leg bruise of some sort. High formation backfield on a second down call for McMahon. Here's the toss. Walter sweeping right, looks to get some blocking but cannot. Trailing the play, Doug Reed made the penetration in the tackle for the Los Angeles Rams. Carl Eckern was also there for the Rams. It looks like it might be a loss of a yard or two. That would make for a third down coming up. Loss of 2 on that play. Has not been the easiest of days for Walter Payton.
Nonetheless, it will be a happy day if things turn out in the Bears' favor. He won't care if he gains 10 yards today.
Walter Payton on 12 carries, 23 yards. Loss of 2. Third down now for Chicago and 6 yards to go. A little bit more than 6 yards to go. In reality, it's more like 5. Shotgun formation. Gentry deployed in motion to the right side. Flat to the left side of the wide receivers. McMahon takes the snap, scrambles around, buys some time. Throws on the run, and the pass incomplete. Headed for Moorhead in heavy traffic near the 41-yard line. Vince Newsom, Gary Green were there for the Los Angeles Rams. And it is a fourth down, Chicago Bears.
I still say that this
Maury Buford comes on in punt formation. Buford punts of 32, 30, 55, 35, and 28 yards. A net of 36 on the afternoon. 36-yard average, I should say.
Not a bad day with the swirling wind.
Not at all. Leroy Irvin on the far side. Johnny Johnson on the near side. Deployed in twin safeties to receive this punt. Jay Hilgenberg on the snap as Buford waits for it near his 18-yard line. 3:49 left to go, third period of play. Bears are leading 17-0 in the NFC Championship here at Soldier Field. Here's the snap to Buford. He moves forward and just does get it away. Newsom was in close. The kick straight on and making the catch, Leroy Irvin at the 30, slicing to his right. He's across 35 as the penalty marker flies, and he's cut down near the 37-yard line. Dennis Gentry with a good submarine move on the tackle. Ron Rivera was also there. 37-yard punt, 7-yard return. Penalty marker down. The Bears initially pointing at the Rams, and so are the officials. It's going to be walked off against Los Angeles.
They're running in before the return's finished.
Well, the Rams have really been dominated here for the most part today. They've had a couple of opportunities, but that's been it.
They've really done themselves in today with fumbles and ill-advised passes like the last one to Brock. They had a thing going.
Number 33, on the return, 10 yards, first down.
Well, tomorrow morning in the LA Times, they're lucky again. 2 weeks in a row, these Bears are lucky.
We've got a time out of the field with 3:40 left to go. Third period of play. Bears 17, Rams nothing on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
If you've been waiting for the opportunity to save big on a new car or truck, wait no more. Chevrolet announces low 7.9 annual percentage rate financing on some of America's most popular cars and trucks. It's a limited time financing rate offer through GMAC, and it can save you hundreds of dollars in financing charges. Save on new Chevy Cavalier, Chevy Novus, and four-cylinder Chevy Celebrity. Save hundreds on top new C10 and K10 full-size pickups, on sporty Chevy El Camino. Save on the cars and trucks Americans preferred most in 1985. And your Chevy dealer has them in stock now. But hurry, you must take actual retail delivery out of dealer stock by February 22nd. Dealer financial participation may affect consumer costs. See your participating dealer for qualification details and get low 7.9% financing on the car or truck you want now.
Bear fans, get a free Black and Blues Brothers poster and 7.9% financing at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
No, we've had 3 scored
Amico
against,
presents
but we haven't had...
the Amico Sports Profile.
We're here with Jeff, the great Durand, famous French Canadian hockey player. Jeff, who are your idols?
Charles de Gaulle, Napoleon, and Bob.
Fantastic. What keeps you going?
Amico Premium Electric Gasoline.
Great gasoline for the great Durand.
Oh, you could do that again.
Who's your favorite character in a play?
Stuck in the Midsummer Night's Dream.
Predictable. And when do you go to relax?
Oh, the penalty box, huh?
Amazing. What's your biggest obstacle?
Oh, the ice, huh? It's very slippery, huh? When I go out there, I'll get for your gun.
Bears offensive line did not give up a sack last week against the Giants, who led the NFL with 68 sacks on the season. The Rams sacked opposing quarterbacks 56 times in the regular season and sacked Danny White 5 times last week, and they have not touched Jim McMahon as far as the sack is concerned, or they've got to him twice here this afternoon. The Bears have not sacked Dieter Brock as of yet. Brock is 7 of 20, 46-yard, 20 interceptions. From the 23 on a first down, the Rams in action. The receiver is straight to the left and right side. Eric Dickerson, the long setback. Dieter Brock looking it over as he ducks it under a center. Tony Slayton, and Brock back to throw. Brock has time, lost the left side for Tony Hunter, and he overthrew him, incomplete. Wilbur Marshall had the coverage. Hunter was trying to break to the ball, but it was well overthrown near the 40-yard line down the left side.
The Bears used a different defense.
You know, I'll tell you what, on most of his passes, he hasn't even been close.
Right in the middle, behind
and some of those passes have been short passes.
Maybe that's what they were telling Perry.
Almost anybody can throw.
Look, when you see all those guys.
Well, he's what? In a few minutes, he'll be going into the wind. Maybe that'll help him as you come stage, Jeff. I don't know.
Well, it proves one thing about quarterbacks.
What's that? They're not all created equal. How about that? Profound statement. Hunter on the wing, right side. Receivers wide to the left and right side. Hunter in motion to the left. Dickerson the lone step back. And Dieter Brock at 2nd and 10. Looks to throw. Pumps once. Under pressure. Hits that Dieter and brought down inside the 20 near the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 4. First sack of the afternoon for the Bears.
I tell you, no one worked harder that defensive front 4. Dan Hampton coming back, 5 knee injuries and everything else. He just kept after him and finally made the sack. That's great to see.
3rd down and 14, and Jim Hart, that looked like a coverage sack to me.
I think it was, because Dieter Brock had time to throw. He had the normal amount of time, bought some extra time for himself, and moving up into the pocket, still had no one to throw to.
3rd down and 14 from the 19-yard line. Rams territory. Bears are leading 17-0 late 3rd period. Dieter Brock back to throw. Looking around, scrambling left. Brock under siege, gets it away on the right side, and off the hand of the intended receiver, David Hill, near the 22-yard line. Oh, I tell you, Dieter Brock was really under some pressure. Tyrone Keane was all over. Again, a round of applause for the Chicago defense. Bears #1 in defense is showing why here today.
So that's how it works. You get the defensive linemen, the rushmen, sometimes they get a good sack on their own, and like you said, sometimes the coverage allows them to get in there and make the sack.
Dale Hatcher in front formation from inside his 5-yard line. Ed Brady on the snap. Winstead make that 3-back deep for the Bears, and here's the kick, and he just did get away. High kick, and Ortego makes the catch near the 28, cutting left. Makes that near the 33, cutting left across the 35, and he's brought down here the 38-yard line. Keith Ortego on the return, hauled it in at about the 32-yard line. Norwood Band got over in the coverage at the 38-yard line, so a 48-yard punt and a 6-yard return. giving the Bears pretty good field position to start this drive near their 38-yard line. We've got a timeout of the field of the score. The Bears 17, the Rams nothing on the WGN Bears radio network.
When it comes to personal copiers, only Canon gives you such a big choice. Just ask Willie Gault, NFL star and spokesman for Ambassador Office Equipment. In addition to being incredibly small and affordable, Canon PC copiers let you copy in your choice of 6 colors. With Canon's exclusive cartridge system, you can copy in black and brown, blue and light blue, red and green. And what's more, this cartridge system makes these copiers virtually service-free. That's because each PC cartridge contains everything that can run out or wear out on a copier. Good for about 2,000 beautiful copies, the PC cartridge is simply replaced. And now, Canon has 5 great PC copiers to choose from, including the brand new PC24. Its unique stack sheet feeding system will let you make multiple copies on any size paper, from business cards to legal. Call Ambassador Office Equipment, 228-5700. That's 228-5700. Stereo television is here, thanks to Zenith. The system designed by Zenith is the system that is used by all television stations as standard. So when you see and hear stereo, think Zenith. Zenith, the leader in stereo, has over 19 stereo models to choose from. 20-inch, 25-inch, 27-inch, and yes, even 45-inch. Zenith is proud that their stereo system was the one chosen as the standard in stereo. At Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on.
The Rams 17-0.
Wayne Larrivee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus, they have spotted the ball at the 39-yard line of Chicago, where the Bears will put it in play first and 10, 2:49 left to go in this third period of play. The Bears have already spun 6 consecutive shutout quarters of football in the postseason, and they're working on their 7th right now. The offense takes over. Dennis McKinnon split right. Willie Gault out to the left side. Calvin Thomas, Walter Payton, the backfield combo. McMahon back to throw. McMahon scrambling around, takes it to his left, buying some time. Now he'll have to take it himself across the 40 and steps out of bounds. That's the 43-yard line to the near side. Looked to be a gain of 4. Jim Collins ran him out on the near sideline.
Couldn't find anybody else.
So it'll be a second down for the Chicago Bears. And we'll call it 6 yards to go. It's a little bit more than 3 yards on the gain, about 4.
About 3 or 4 of them there. He was going to pass.
I think he's going to be stiff tomorrow.
Yeah, he's at a busy.
No, I mean, you know, with the injuries, like stiff tonight, maybe too.
And
that's from the injury.
What
do you mean? Well, they called wide right.
He made about 4 or 5
offset I formation to the backfield. Now they shift into a true I. McKinnon comes in motion out of the slot right side. A motion to the left. Now turns back the other way. Bob Payton sweeping left. Cuts it back up inside across the 45. Out to the 46-yard line. Collins made the ankle grab. How many times have I said his name today? He is the initial tackler. Charlie DeJournay also got a piece of Walter Payton. So the Bears now face a third down off a gain of 4 on that play.
You talk about a guy
third down, it'll look to be a long 2.5 yards.
And work been
they bring in
they've been a bad team.
Reggie Doss. He's been playing it tough over that side with Wiltshire. That left side of the Bear offensive line. Those 2 people are pretty tough.
McKinnon right and Gault out to the left side. Third down, 2.5 yards to go. Reitman in motion off the wing left side to the right. And Doss goes to Calvin Thomas off the left side, and they stack it up for a loss of yardage back to the 46-yard line. Reggie Doss was over there along with Carl Lecter and Jim Collins. But you mentioned Doss is a guy who really stacks up that play.
He does. He does a good job of stacking up, and Wiltshire does a good job as the corner linebacker, which, you know, he makes the offensive back, lead back block him, but he doesn't give any ground. He's tough to move out of there, which enables Ross to move a little bit and make the play.
Once again, Leroy Irvin back in twin safeties along with Johnny Johnson. Irvin on the far side, Johnson on the near side. Morris Buford in punt formation for the Chicago Bears. It is a 4th down for the Bears. They lead here in the third period, 17-0, a minute 16 left to go, third quarter. Here's a snap. Buford moves forward and gets good. A high kick, and the ball hits near the 30 and bounds to the 25 of the 20. Still on the roll, and the Bears have it well covered, and they will down it in the vicinity of the 18-yard line. First down, Rams. They start inside their 20. Next 37-yard punt, no return. Been a lot of unreturnable punts here today, or the Rams have elected not to return a lot of punts today, I should say.
Madden football team. And
mark that football to the 18-yard line. First down, Los Angeles.
All begins at 4:30 Eastern time here on CBS.
All right, nothing cheap, nothing more.
Will be somewhere.
17-0 Bears. A minute straight up to go, third period of play.
You won't confuse those two. The guys on the team.
Bobby Duckworth is wide to the left side. Henry Ellard comes out to the near side. Ellard 54 receptions, a 15-yard average this season. High formation backfield. Dan Hansen, it appeared, jumped offside to make contact, and the penalty markers are down. The officials hold up
the Rams center. Wound up with the ball, and here comes the penalty flag.
Looks like the Bears jumped offside.
That had to be something way above the play.
Defense number 99. 5 yards, still first down.
Dan Hampton, the guilty party.
Came out so
6 penalties, 49 yards.
That's number 99.
Assessed against the Bears, while the Rams have been guilty of 2 penalties and 10 yards.
Now he starts, now he goes. Now the flag comes way later.
They haven't called the Rams with the holding yet, have they?
No. Maybe the warning.
I'm sure they're not holding them.
No. Not at all. What Buddy Ryan saying that Dallas game was like all-star wrestling in the trenches. High formation at a first down and 5. Back to throw Dieter Brock. Launches it deep down the left side. Going for Duckworth. Early intercepted by Les Frazier. Not an over-the-shoulder try. Duckworth was downfield near the 39. Frazier almost made a play on it toward the sideline at about the 42. And the pass came straight over his head, and that's a tough ball to catch.
Well, credit to Wynn, first of all, for saving a touchdown for the Rams.
Yes, because Duckworth was wide open.
If he throws it like he can and without the wind affecting it, it's a touchdown. He had beat.
So with 42 seconds to go, third period, the Rams facing a second down and 5. Football to the 23-yard line of Los Angeles. High formation backfield. Again, receivers deployed to the left and right side. Ellard is wide to the right. Here's the handoff to the fullback. Barry Redden almost got caught into the backfield. Takes it off right tackle and is stacked up. Got a yard to the 24. Dan Hansen got over to make the play. Mike Singletary was in on that play initially. Wilbur Marshall was the principal defender along with Hampton.
Otis almost took his head off. Was that Otis coming in there?
I believe it was. And he almost got him around the face mask. That's what I think Jim Hart was doing about it. You could almost see a flag come down on that play, but he didn't get him hard. He didn't yank at it or anything like that. And I think he just raised over the front of the helmet.
It didn't hurt. That's why he didn't call it.
There it is. Just kind of clubbed him a bit. Didn't grab anything. Duckworth out to the left side. Out to the right side, Henry Ellard. Dieter Brock takes back to throw, and the officials stop the action as time winds down to this third period of play. So at the end of 3 periods complete, the Bears are 15 minutes away from a trip to Super Bowl 20. They lead the NFC Championship Game over the Rams 17-0 on the WN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
William?
Yeah, Mom?
Look what I found in your closet.
Oh, my Browning winter boots.
Where did you get these, young man?
From John Deere.
And does John Deere's mother know you took boots?
Mom, remember when I bought my new John Deere snowblower you thought was so affordable?
Don't change the subject. Where'd those boots come from?
It's a special limited offer from John Deere. When you buy a 5, 8, or 10 horsepower snowblower, you get a pair of Browning plain barrel pack boots absolutely free.
You took these boots, didn't you?
No, Mom.
Was in the 3rd grade when you took St. Harrison's Statue of Liberty eraser and told me he gave it to you?
He did.
These boots must be worth about
$70.
Where would you get $70?
Mom, I'm a brain surgeon. I have my own money.
Well, Stinky's mother was right. I should have sent you to military school.
Look at this magazine ad. Browning winter boots free with a purchase of any John Deere snowblower.
What magazine did you tear this out of?
Who's in the living room?
My Good magazine?
Mom.
That's it. Off to military school, young man.
I don't believe
Stinky's mother was right. No good, no good.
Buy any John Deere snowblower and get a free pair of Browning winter boots. Offer available at participating John Deere dealers while supplies last.
Did you see him? Well, that took away the option. I mean,
we know you know the game. It's Collins we're trying to help. So bear with us, Bear fans. Time for another Jargon Alert brought to you by Old Style. And today's buzzword, clipping. That's a penalty when a blocker hits a defensive ball player in his backside. It's illegal because it can cause injury, and it's really unfair since the defensive man can't protect himself. Now, you can clip the shrubs or clip the sideburns, but don't clip a ball player in a football game because it's a major penalty. Clipping, a necessity in life, but a no-no on the gridiron.
The sports writers after the game on WGN Radio Chicago.
Time of possession to that third period of play. Rams 3 minutes 27 seconds. Bears 11 minutes 33 seconds. The Rams only made it into Chicago territory once in that third period, and that was when their drive started on the Los Angeles 44-yard line. The Bears moved a drive from their 48 all the way into the end zone, a 52-yard drive, culminating in that touchdown pass to Willie Gault. What dominance in that third period of play. And now the Rams are really behind the eight ball. Trailing 17-0. Facing here, third down and 3 from the Los Angeles 25. Henry Ellard wide to the right side. Bobby Duckworth out to the left. Dickerson, the long setback. Double tight end for the Rams. Cedar Brock back to throw. The blitz is on. He fires the right side and undershot his intended receiver, who was wide open. Henry Ellard on the far side. William Perry put the pass rush pressure on the Los Angeles quarterback.
Well, he's either too long, too short.
Undershot that one. Yep.
Offensive people say, well, Perry really
it almost looks like Dieter Brock's a little rattled out there.
Has been all day.
He handles that
but this way, you're right. He's been throwing like this from the word go.
Watch a lot of things happen around him.
On and punt formation now for the Los Angeles Rams. Dale Hatcher, the Pro Bowl punter. Keith Orr to go back in single safety for the Bears. Looks like the Bears want to get a block on this one. Now they back off a bit.
Back at the Bear 40.
Here's the snap, and Hatcher takes, moves forward, gets off a short kick. The wind appeared to knock this one down. It bounces across the 45, but the Rams have it covered. And it rolls inside the 40 and out of bounds to the 36-yard line. The Bears will start from there. The ball went straight up, and again looked like the wind was knocking it down. And it made the turn toward the near side. The Rams had the coverage on it. It bounded across the 45-40 and then out of bounds to the 36. A 39-yard punt, no return. The Bears take it from there 36 when we resume. We've got a break of the action. Let's take a 10-second timeout on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Nova, the brightest new star from Chevrolet. It's the best of both worlds. See it today at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
Big William Perry.
So the Bears take over first and 10.
One way, if you're the other way,
McKinnon split to the left side. Willie called wide right. In the slot right side of the moment is Tim Reitman. He goes in motion to the left. High formation backfield. And the handoff to Walter Payton up the middle. He slips as he makes his way by the line of scrimmage out to about the 42-yard line.
Interesting story.
Looked like he slipped on that play. Jim Collins arrived from the mid-portion of the Rams defense.
William Perry.
Might have had a little more running room than just a yard had he not slipped.
Yeah, I guess they have a good running and
Second down off the gain of 1, 9 yards to go for the Bears. All they have to do is control the clock. The way they did in the third period of this game is history.
I think it's history anyway.
Oh, I think you're right. I don't think the Rams are going to score on that defense. Slot to the left side for the Chicago Bears. Calvin Thomas on the wing right side, leaving Payton as the long setback. And McMahon wants to throw from the pocket under siege, and he's hit and sacked. Third time this afternoon the Rams have gotten to him. Doug Reed with the penetration up the middle made the sack back inside the 30. They're going to mark it right at the 30-yard line. So it is a loss of yardage. Sizable loss of yardage of 7, and it sets up a third down at 16.
Well, Jim has taken some pretty high shots, I tell you.
Over the years,
he's either going to have a hip point or a Charlie horse or something, the way he's been walking and with a little limp or whatever. He's got 2 weeks to get ready, so what?
Galt and McKinnon both out to the left side. Easy for you to say. I'm sure you would agree.
He's a quarterback.
Shotgun formation. Gentry in motion to the near side. On third down at 16 from the 30. McMahon takes a deep drop, sets up a screen left side to Payton. Makes the catch. Belly to his left and makes the turn, but is hit and collared down for a loss of yardage back inside the 25 near the 24-yard line. Leroy Irvin had it read pretty well. Mike Wiltshire was also there. The Rams defense, despite the 17-0 scoreboard, has played tough for the most part today. Loss of 6 on that play, fourth down at about a mile.
That's good.
Maury Buford on a punt probation. 22 yards to be exact for the Bears. We're in the fourth period of play. Buford, it appears, as the window is back. Again, that's purely a judgment on our part. Hard to tell on the field. Single safety back deep for the Los Angeles Rams. Johnny Johnson and a line drive kick sailing toward the near side. Tips across 35-30 and rolls out of bounds inside the 30 near the 29-yard line. A line drive kick heading straight for the sidelines. They planned it that way. It certainly looked like a planned kick to me. That was part of what Steve Kaiser was talking about, moving the ball around and not giving anybody a chance to return it. And a 47-yard punt. Rolls out of bounds at the 29, where the Rams will take over on a first and 10. Breaking the action to the fourth period of play. We've got 12:43 left to go. Bears lead the NFC Championship 17-0 over the Rams on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Thousands of years ago, in the land that is now Wisconsin, no man had yet come to stay. In all likelihood, only an occasional hunter would pass through the forest in search of an elk, or a bear, or perhaps the mastodon. the land that is now Wisconsin, thousands of years ago, there was no sound.
But that hat?
Except for the cry of a bird, the howl of a lion, the murmur of softly falling rain. Rain as clean and pure as any water man has ever known.
Carl says that's a $60 hat.
At the House of Harleman, we brew our beer with these priceless waters of the past.
It looks like a hat that
At
pilot.
the House of Harleman, we brew our beer with the pure, natural waters of history.
Looks like you wonder if he's an ace.
Harleman's Old Style Beer, brewed with water from when the earth was pure. G. Harleman Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Bear fans, here's one stat you won't want to miss. It's 7.9% financing at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer. 7.9% GMAC financing can save qualified buyers hundreds on new 85 and 86 Cavaliers, Novas, 2.5-liter Celebrities, and El Camino. Get 7.9 on 2- and 4-wheel drive full-size pickups as well. Just take retail delivery from dealer stock, and 7.9% financing is yours at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer.
That's the way they used to wear them.
Wayne Larrabee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus at the NFC Championship Game in Chicago, and the Bears lead 17-0 over the Rams. We've got 12 minutes and 43 seconds left to be played in the football game. Rams got a first down from the 29 in their own territory. Single back offense, receivers right and left. Dickerson will offset back.
Airplane with two wings.
Tony Hunter in motion to the near side, and Dieter Brock hands it off to Eric Dickerson, slanting off right tackle. Dickerson hit by Singletary and then wrapped up.
Singletary again.
Went off the right side of the line. Otis Wilson filled in from his outside linebacking spot, along with Singletary, a gain of a couple of yards to the 31.
They were Cubs fans and Bear fans.
Marked it as a gain of 3 as they marked it out of the 32-yard line. Second down and 7.
You have Ron Brown back in there, and Frazier, just before the snap of the ball, he starts backing up, which makes my heart skip a beat a little.
Dickerson, the long set back. They set up a wing on the right side. Brown to the left. Henry Ellard wide to the right side for the Rams. Again, here comes Tony Hunter in motion to the near side, and Dieter Brock retreats to the pocket. The rush is on, flings it out left side. Hunter wide open, 30, 35, 40. Cutting right to the 45, offended by Dave Dorson across the 45 at the 46-yard line. First down, Los Angeles Rams, and they spot it at the 47-yard line. So the Rams are knocking on the Bears' territorial door.
Busting the coverage there. Yeah, we had a red dog on, but I don't know who was supposed to cover.
Here he is in motion. When he comes
Usually safety. He's the red dog on the linebacker. Safety's supposed to come over and cover.
15-yard pickup on that play to a Los Angeles first down. 47-yard line, Rams territory. Ellard split right, Brown out to the left side. Dickerson the long set back. They set up a wing on the right side. Quick count off to Dickerson, rolling right. He makes the turn to the outside, being stood up on the play by a couple of Chicago linebackers and forced out of bounds. Wilbur Marshall initially, then Otis Wilson escorted him to the chalk mark to the far side in front of the Los Angeles bench. It looks to be a loss of a yard or two.
The last two times they played are both
I can understand the play before this. Hunter didn't try to get out of bounds. Why? Yeah, slow down, and he tried to cut back up the field.
That's a full day's work. And that's what the Rams
Loss of a yard on that play as they marked it just short of the 46-yard line. Second and 11 for the Rams. Ellard wide right, Brown left once again. Hunter on the wing right side. Dickerson the long set back. And Dieter Brock takes the pitch. Dickerson fires the left side of Brown. Hit him in the chest and he dropped it on the play. Near the 45-yard line, it falls incomplete. And it is a third down now for the Los Angeles Rams.
That was one of the things the Rams
You hear those Kitty Tatter feet, or whatever they were.
Happy feet?
Yeah, happy feet. Happy feet. Harry was out there.
So for the Rams now third down, about 11 and a half yards to go. It has not been a good day for John Robinson and company. They have hurt themselves, but they've also been hurt by the Bears. They're rushing 17 carries, 45 yards.
Here's our lucky. Come on.
Dick Butkus made that statement rather tongue-in-cheek. Third down, 11 and a half yards to go. Brown in motion to the right side. Dieter Brock takes the snap, back to throw. The rush is on. Hit from behind, slams away from Hampton. Pushed out by the big refrigerator, William Perry.
Second sack of Dieter Brock.
Credit Dave Hampton, though. He's fun. I tell you, that guy.
Dan Hampton, yep, you're right, working hard, got a piece of him, and Dieter Brock, as he stepped up, went right into number 72, William Perry. Loss of 7 on that sack, fourth down for the Rams. 11 minutes, 1 second left to be played in the NFC Championship. Dale Hatcher for the umpteenth time this afternoon back in punt formation, his 10th punt of the day. Here's the snap to Hatcher, moves forward, gets it away. And the short kick again, a floater sailing toward the near side, hits on the 35, rolls out of bounds near the 33-yard line, where the Bears will put it in play, 1st and 10. So we've got a break of the action with 10:40 left to be played. Bears 17, Rams nothing. We'll take a 10-second timeout on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
And then Perry.
Amico Motor Club. Emergency vehicles will be located at both the north and south ends of Soldier Field to assist motorists having problems in the parking lot.
Wayne Larrabee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus at Soldier Field in Chicago. The NFC Championship, and the Bears in command, leading 17-0. They've got a 1st and 10 from the Chicago 33-yard line. Dennis McKinnon is split to the left side. Willie Gault comes out near the near side. Running backs is split. Matsui, Walter Payton in the backfield combination. Behind Jim McMahon. Now Suey in motion to the near side. Handoff Payton sweeping left. Makes the move to the outside. Looks to pick up a block. It is not made. And he's hit by Wilshire and then driven down after a gain of about a yard to the 34-yard line. Leroy Irvin also supporting from his cornerback position. Rams strung it out well. Payton had Keith Van Horn out in front of that play, but Van Horn did not make a block for him. And Walter, as he kept going to the outside, ran into nothing but white Los Angeles jerseys. It'll be a 2nd down now for the Bears. And about 9 yards to go. Gain of a yard. Coming up on the 10-minute mark left to be played.
That snow coming down or what?
That snow flurries are starting to appear.
Receivers fly to the left and right side. Willie Gault out to the left side. McKinnon split to the right. Lone setback, Payton. Suey on the wing left side. Deployed in motion to the left. And Greg Meisner jumps over the line just before the snap. Penalty markers down as Meisner grabs down to the quarterback, Jim McMahon, and I believe it's going to go against Los Angeles unless he was thrown offside by the Bears. Looked like he was guilty on the defense.
Hey guys, I'm betting that was Jay squeezing that ball. As we talked about it in the locker room, and he'd say every once in a while, you remember that offside? He said, I squeezed it. I bet he did it that time.
That was a trick. The old veteran Jim Hart talked to Jay about what, early in the season,
Yeah.
first month.
Oh, now he's going to get the credit for the Super Bowl now?
I'd like to hear that conversation.
I tell you this, we're talking about quarterback. Oh, come on, perfect example. Just one little thing. I'm not telling the offensive lineman what to do.
One of the subtle keys to the super season, Jim Hart. 2nd down for the Chicago Bears. 2nd down and 4 yards to go. Here's the handoff. Walter made a stutter step toward the middle, and that didn't fool anybody. Gary Jeter jumped on him and helped to shove him back with a host of Los Angeles defenders. Nothing up the middle for Walter Payton, maybe a gain of a yard. They're going to mark it near the 40-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd down for Chicago now. They're at about 3, and it's snowing out here.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's really starting to whip out there.
Started out, game time temperature was 38 degrees. It has gotten colder steadily. And now the weather that everybody talked about.
I wonder if
finally arrived.
Maybe they're cheering for the snow. I think they are.
Willie Gault wide left. Dennis McKinnon out to the right side. 3rd down. About 3 yards to go for the Bears. Just short of the 40-yard line. Cross Payton sweeping right. Gets the block, makes the turn. Payton into a crowd at the 42-yard line, and he's short of the 1st down.
They lead 17.
Picked up a block off the right side of the line. Greg Meisner was there. The Rams flowing very well defensively to the football.
They do. They do a good job. Their corner linebackers and their containment really do a good job. They either stand up their blocks and force the runner to go in or outside, and then with the pursuit that comes in, they do a good job of stopping those wide running plays.
4th down, a yard to go after a gain of 2 on that run by Walter Payton. And Payton this afternoon, 17 carries, 32 yards. Well, Walter doesn't care about statistics at this point. The only statistic he cares about is on the scoreboard. And that would mean a trip to Super Bowl 20 if this one stands up. It's 17-0 Bears. Buford gets the snap and punt formation, end over end kick. Sailing toward the near side, hits on the 30, and then is hit on the play by Jim Morrissey up across the 30 near the 32 or 33-yard line as it took a Los Angeles hop. 26-yard punt, no return. And they're going to mark it near the 32 apparently. So it'll be 1st down for the Rams from their 32-yard line. We have 7:51 left to be played of the game. Time out of the field, 17-0 Bears over the Rams. 4th period of the NFC Championship in Chicago. This is the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network.
Recently, in the rich and bountiful soil of Illinois, has come word of a new and unusual plant that could yield a harvest of untold riches for its owners and its people. What is the name of this unique species of plant? Some call it Diamond Star. But for the thousands who will work and grow here, it is known by a simpler name, the Chrysler Mitsubishi plant. And its indigenous to only one place on Earth, Illinois. Perhaps you own a thriving business, large or small, and are searching for growth and commitment, for training and financial assistance. If so, we invite you to look at the state Chrysler Mitsubishi found fertile enough to plant roots in. The thriving and nurturing business climate of Illinois.
Call the Illinois Department of Commerce and Community Affairs at 1-800-252-2923.
Amico presents the Amico Sports Profile.
We're talking to Olympic diver Dave Halfgainer Gold is now preparing to dive from the 50-meter platform. Dave, that's your greatest fear. Amazing. Dave, hit these.
Synchronized swimming in chlorine.
Incredible. Dave, are you going for the gold?
The gold pump. Amico Premium Leg Spray.
Quality gasoline. Who taught you how to swim?
I can't swim. I just died.
Of course. Favorite food?
Fly distance.
Terrific. Show us your new dive.
I call it twist and shout.
Amico, your condo.
Wayne Larrabee, Jim Hart, and Dick Butkus at Soldier Field. Snow subsiding a bit right now. But the Bears have the Rams on the run. 17-0 in the fourth period of play.
The dream came true.
I wonder how Madden feels when his childhood buddy Johnny Robinson across the field.
It's not over yet. But there's 7:51 left.
Henry Ellard wide to the right side. Bobby Duckworth out to the left. Tony Hunter on the wing right side. Rams on a 1st and 10. Near the 32-yard line, Los Angeles territory. Hunter comes in motion to the near side. Brock back to throw. Brock buys some time, stepping right, fires over the middle. It's incomplete. Pass off the mark intended for Henry Ellard. Mike Richardson had the coverage for the Bears near the 45-yard line. Ellard cutting across the middle. Pass really again off the mark by Dieter Brock.
It was.
Well off the mark.
Ellard was open, too.
Well,
yes.
not everybody's rolling.
Second down and 10 for the Rams.
You know, how do you explain it, though? You know, 12-5, they got to the championship game with a bad quarterback, supposedly. He must be doing something right along the line. He's throwing for 60% completions. He's not that bad.
He just had a real tough time, I think, with these wind currents down here, as well as with the Bears pass rush and the pressure he has felt. High formation backfield now for the Rams. Low wide receiver to the left side is Ellard. Here's the handoff to Barry Redden, darting off left guard. Redden out across 35 to the 38-yard line. Gary Fensick made the tackle on the play for the Chicago Bears. Gain on that play of 5. Third down and 5 yards to go. The Bears just as soon the Rams run all afternoon or for the final 7 minutes, 30 seconds here. Because that's going to take time off the clock.
Defense was made.
Hey, Singletary was you know, motioning to Fensick. I mean, I don't know if they're... I guess they just got him down so down pat he knows where the ball's going to go, if it's a run or not.
Nobody studies more than Mike Singletary, I'll tell you that much. Receivers go right left side. Single back offense for the Rams. Hunter in motion to the near side. Brock back to the throw. Fires off for the ball picked in the air. Nearly intercepted by Steve McMahon.
Go ahead. He's going to get it. What is he going to get?
Dave Stewartson on the blitz who got a piece of that football posted right up into the air. And Steve McMichael almost came up with it. And can't believe he didn't. Fourth down Rams. Incomplete pass.
He's got that bad knee, too. I think he's going to have something done in the offseason.
Stewart, number 22, coming up the middle on the pass rush on the blitz, and he knocked down that pass, or actually popped it up into the air.
He hit him in the helmet.
And then on the deflection, Steve McMichael almost pulled it in. Fourth down, Dale Hatcher is on. Punt formation, fourth down for the Rams at 5 yards to go. The snap to Hatcher, moves forward, gets his kick away. A spiral, sailing toward the near side. A hit near the 18, takes the Los Angeles roll across the 15, and is out of bounds at about the 11-yard line where the Bears will start their next drive. First and 10, Chicago, 17-0, Bears over the Rams. 51-yard punt on the play by Hatcher. 6:48 left to go. 6:48 left in the countdown for the NFC Championship.
That's the first game in the doubleheader. Syracuse against Louisville. Arizona against Miami. Check your local listing for the starting time. The snow continues. The crowd continues to yell. The Bears lead it
First and 10, Chicago Bears now from the 11-yard line. Willie Gault wide to the left side. Everybody else is tight. Tim Reitman, Emery Moorhead, double tight end formation, high formation backfield now for the Bears. Here's the handoff over Payton off right guard, and Payton is stacked up. Nowhere to go right there. I tell you, the Rams had that side completely bottled up. Leading the charge, Reggie Doss to the near side, and also in on that tackle, Greg Meisner, the defensive nose guard. Gain of a yard, second down.
That's why, like last week, also it was important to score first because the defenses do play tough, and to play catch-up football against these people, would have been a different situation. Of course, now they also know that the Bears are just going to run probably the clock out, so they can anticipate the run a lot more.
No gain on that play. Second and 10, Chicago, the 11-yard line. Bears in their own territory. Offset I formation, and Jim McMahon takes off the play action, lifts the deal, fires the right side for Reitman, the pass overthrown. It's complete near the 23-yard line to the near sideline. Carl Eckern on the coverage from the Los Angeles linebacking corps. Third down and 10 yards to go for the Bears. 6 minutes straight up to go. The NFC Championship game.
Hey, there's another guy that's having a good
The Bears
game
are dominating the Rams much the way the Bears were dominated a year ago by the San Francisco 49ers. Although the Bears did not contribute to their demise quite as bad as the Rams have to theirs here today.
The thing about the Bears in this situation, you say that the Rams might be tightening down for the run. You can't be certain about that because Jim McMahon's liable to do it anywhere, anytime. Oh, yeah.
That's quite a tribute,
Willie Gault split to the left side. Dennis McKinnon in the slot to the left side. Shotgun formation for the Bears. Third and 10 for the Chicago 11-yard line. In motion, McKinnon to the near side. McMahon barking out the signal, takes the snap, hands it off to Gentry, gets by a defender in the backfield, then runs into Jim Collins and is shoved back. Made the move up the middle, and Collins was equal to the task once again. He has had a busy day in the linebacking corps of the Los Angeles Rams. Greg Meister, the nose tackle, was also there. It is snowing steadily now here at Soldier Field, so the Rams, the weather they had said that they didn't fear, the weather that everybody from Chicago was hoping for has arrived. But the game had been decided long before the wind currents changed and the temperature dropped. Maury Buford from his end zone and punt formation. Rams stand to get pretty good field position here unless Buford really gets a hold of one. Got the wind to his back, or so it would appear. Here's the snap to Buford, moves forward, and just gets kicked away. The roller, and it bounces across the 45 to the near sideline. Scooped up and bobbled by Johnny Johnson to the 50, sidesteps the defender, but is escorted out of bounds near the 47-yard line of Chicago. Dennis Gentry down in coverage for the Bears. First down Rams. They start this drive, 47-yard line of Chicago, but they trail 17-0. We have 5:08 left to be played in the NFC Championship on the WGN Chicago Bears radio network.
Living with a dripping faucet is like pouring money down the drain. Hi, Pat Summerall to say a leaking faucet can waste large amounts of water each year, and that could cost you plenty. But with the help of Master Plumber products from True Value hardware stores, you can easily replace that old faucet with a new washerless style. All Master Plumber products are designed for easy do-it-yourself installation with the help of step-by-step instructions. The Master Plumber faucets from True Value hardware stores are constructed of durable brass, then covered with a triple-plated chrome finish. Choose a Master Plumber single-handle kitchen faucet with or without sprayer. And be sure to see all the other quality Master Plumber products, too, including bathroom faucets, shower heads, replacement parts, and more, exclusively at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
Instead of just telling you about a new car, we thought we'd tell you about a whole new way to make cars. Nova from today's Chevrolet. Nova's not just well-made, it's consistently well-made. It's not just produced by a company, it produced its own company. It's not just the product of one automotive technology, it's the result of a joint venture between General Motors and Toyota. It's not just better, it's the best of both worlds. It's called Nova from today's Chevrolet.
And only a couple of things better. Some space break, a few bad.
We're back at Soldier Field in Chicago. Wayne Larrabee with Dick Butkus and Jim Hart. Final 5 minutes, 8 seconds of the NFC Championship game. The Rams have the football to the 47-yard line of Chicago. The Bears are going for the shutout. And this crowd wants it, it sounds like. Dick Butkus.
Oh, yeah, sure does.
Stay with us after the game for the locker room show. We're going to be going right into the Chicago Bears locker room as the cork is popped on the champagne, I'm sure. We'll be visiting with key players in today's game, as well as head coach Mike Ditka. That's the locker room show after the game. Los Angeles Rams 1st and 10. Dickerson, the long setback. Receivers straight to the right and left side. And Dieter Brock back to throw. On first down, Rainbows it deep down the left side for Ron Brown. And the pass is incomplete. Broken up on the play by Les Frazier, who was right with Ron Brown near the goal line.
Nice play because, you know what he did? He got in front of Brown that time, and the ball being overthrown, Brown couldn't do anything. He'd have to run through Frazier to get it. If I'm not mistaken, Les Frazier started running back before the ball was snapped. He wasn't going to take any chances. He said, they've got to go deep. I'm going to get back and defend right now.
So it is a 2nd and 10 for the Rams from the 47 of the Bears. Chicago defense trying to clamp down on a shutout. It would be their 2nd consecutive shutout of the postseason. Running back shift into the pro set formation. Receivers straight to the left and right side. Here's a handoff. Barry Redden bursts up the middle. Big hole across the 40. He is upended with a first down by Gary Fensick. I don't know how he hung out of the football. Fensick made an undercut move at the 36-yard line, and the Rams have a 1st and 10 from there. Redden 18 yards and 3 carries. Picked up 11 on that play. 4:40 and counting in the NFC Championship Game. The Bears avenging the disappointment of a year ago, January, in San Francisco. From the 36 to the 1st and 10. Receivers right and left. Dickerson the long setback behind Dieter Brock. And Brock back to pass. Looks downfield and has time. Swings it right for Dickerson. Hit and dropped for a loss of yardage. Back near the 38-yard line. Otis Wilson responding with cat-like quickness on the tackle.
Even in the great year last year, the 49ers.
So it is a 2nd down now, the long yardage situation. 2nd down off a loss of 3. 13 yards to go. Ball back near the 39.
There's a statistic on the monitor. No team in playoff history has shut out both games. Shut them out defensively.
The Bears can take 2nd down of 13. You can bet they face it. High formation backfield for the Rams. Hunter in motion to the near side. Brock spins, hands it off to Rex. Tries to funnel a block off left tackle. Nowhere to go. Brought down after a gain of a yard or 2. Otis Wilson knifing in from his linebacking spot. Wilbur Marshall also there. Oh, the linebackers are really flowing the ball now. So the Rams caught him off guard with an 11-yard pickup by Barry Redden in what appeared to be a passing situation a few minutes ago. Doesn't look like they're going to catch him off guard again. 3rd down now and 11 yards to go. A gain of just 2 on that play. Michael Young split to the right side. Ron Brown wide to the left. Dickerson the long setback. Double tight ends for the Rams. 3rd down, 11 yards to go for Dieter Brock and company. Brock back to pass. The right tackle. And hammered down. Pick up the ball. Picked up by Wilbur Marshall. Marshall running across the line. Go. 20. He'll go all the way. 15 yards. Touchdown. Oh, man. What a way to end. Wilbur Marshall has scored for the Chicago Bears. Richard dead on the sack. Marshall picked up the loose football. And the Bears lead 23-0. The crowning jewel in their NFC Championship.
Not to get theatrical, but I mean, how better can you write a script here for crying out loud? One question I got to ask is Dan Fabian. I mean, what are we going to do there all week? I mean, down there at the Super Bowl week. I mean, surely we're not coming in there Saturday before the game. Yes, we are. But, you know, I got to go down there and get the feel of everything and everything else for the week. So, well, that was great of Dan to, suggest that. Get the feel of Bourbon Street. What you're trying to do. No, I get down there and scout, do a little scouting, get some in-depth scouting. Oh, man, but isn't that great? The defense scored.
Kevin Butler for the point after.
I hope Buddy Ryan will stick around for some interviews today. He's gone before we get there usually.
We won't be today. We're going right away. Here's the snap. The plate's been made by Fuller and the kick by Butler to the upright to the Bears. 24, the Los Angeles Rams, nothing. 2 minutes, 37 seconds left to go. The NFC Championship.
It was interesting. I seen some articles about Henry Carson saying, well, the Bears, geez, I thought we were going to get intimidated, but we weren't intimidated or anything else like that. Well, to get shut out, I mean, what do you got to do? Kill somebody before you intimidate somebody? I mean, this is, and the defense is doing it again today. Geez, they got them shaking in their boots.
Monster draw coverage with Larrabee, Tversky all week. Phillips and Collins shows the ultimate pep rally all in New Orleans live from January 19th to the Super Bowl. And Butkus and Hart will be there for all of it.
That's right. In-depth reporting. Like, everybody else goes there a week ahead. Why can't we?
Speaking of reports, that sack of -11 on the sack. The fumble return 52 yards for the touchdown by Wilbur Marshall.
Did he score before defensively this year?
We will look it up.
Everybody else did.
He did. I interception return, didn't he?
I think he did too.
Yeah, well. The 22 players. 22
who the guy is that didn't score.
How many more do you want? All 45?
I wonder who that guy is that didn't score.
Twin safeties back deep for the Rams. Ron Brown to the far side. Now they switch. Barry Redden to the far side. Ron Brown to the near side. Butler kicking from left to right out of the hole to Willie Gall. Here is the boot end over end. Sailing short. Oops, taken on a hop now by Brown near the 8-yard line. He cuts right across the 10 to the 15, 20. He has the opening to the 30, 35. Butler out there to cut him down, and he does across the 45 to the 50-yard line. Penalty marker thrown way back down near the 20-yard line. And it may be for an illegal block. And yes, the official is waving everybody back. That kickoff return out to the 50-yard line of about 40 yards. And Butler out front is the man who cut him down.
There's that good position, though. If Kevin didn't knock him down, somebody else was coming in there. We were in good shape to preserve that shutout. And Willie was back there also.
2:24 left to go.
He's telling him how he did it.
Here's the official call.
These guys hardly ever make tackles much. He said, I'm going over and cut him off at the pass. I just went for that knee. I took his knee out, and then he had to go.
Rookie linebacker Kevin Green, 5th-round draft choice out of Auburn. Guilty party. The Rams, as a result, will start this drive just inside their 10-yard line. And as I mentioned before, the Bears can smell a shutout. And when these guys smell something, they're like bloodhounds. They don't stop until it's done.
We have 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
Eric Dickerson out of the lineup. Gooden is the fullback. Barry Redden the tailback. Now they shift into a pro set. Michael Young wide to the right side. Bobby Duckworth out to the left. And quarterback Dickerson, or rather Dieter Brock on the handoff to Barry Redden. Slicing off left tackle. He's out to the 15-yard line. And a counter move on the play. Dave Duerson over to make the tackle along with Wilbur Marshall. Dieter Brock in his first season to the NFL out of Jacksonville State. 11 seasons, a CFL star. Time winding down to the 2-minute warning. When we resume off the gain of 6 by the Rams, it'll be second down. And about 4 yards to go. We have reached the 2-minute warning in the NFC Championship Game. The Chicago Bears 24. The Los Angeles Rams nothing on the WGN Chicago Bears Radio Network. Weekends are on sale at Hyatt Regency Chicago. Enjoy an exciting weekend on Michigan Avenue. Entertain yourself with theaters, sightseeing, and shopping. Then relax at Hyatt Regency Chicago with an overnight bargain that's too good to pass up. A Friday or Saturday night stay is just $75 per night, subject to availability. You'll enjoy a spacious guest room and complimentary indoor parking with round-the-clock live music in the Glass House lobby, dancing in the nightclub, and always a table at Truffle, Chicago's exciting specialty restaurant, plus 8 other restaurants and lounges from which to choose. Take in all the magic and excitement of the season in Chicago from a great location just off Michigan Avenue. Just call 565-1234 and have an exciting weekend at the Hyatt Regency Chicago that begins at $75. It's a winter bargain you won't want to miss. For reservation, telephone 565-1234. That's 565-1234.
WGN Radio presents Monster Draw, a non-stop extravaganza starting Monday, January 20th, when Wayne Larrabee and I begin daily coverage live from New Orleans. As the week continues, Wally Phillips, Bob Collins, Dick Butkus, Jim Hart, and a cast of thousands arrive to broadcast direct from the French Quarter, the Riverboat, the Super Bowl, the New Orleans Hilton, and everywhere the action is. And don't forget, we'll all be there for the biggest, the best tailgate party yet, right outside the main entrance to the Superdome, followed by our exclusive Chicago radio coverage of the Super Bowl. You'll be in New Orleans all week with WGN Radio and Monster Draw.
The unusual
A sign below us in the stands. The wait is over. The green comes through, and I think that sums up the feelings of just about everybody here in Chicago. Split backfield for the Rams and a second down and 4 yards to go. Now they shift into the eye. Barry Redden the tail of the tandem. Mike Newman is the fullback. Dickerson out of the lineup. And Dieter Brock of the handoff to Redden, running room off left tackle across the 20-25. Redden out to the 30-yard line. Looks like Dickerson has finished. He had 45 yards of 17 carries. Reggie Phillips made the tackle on that play. Gain of 14 yards, and the Rams have a first down, but time is winding down. 1:44 left to go.
Dan Hansen gets his wish. He was saying we hold Dickerson under 50 yards. That's our goal, and they did it.
Yeah.
I didn't think they could do it. I figured if they held Dickerson under 100, that would be good. Under 50 is unbelievable.
Oh, they're just lucky. Come on.
Michael Young wide to the right side. To the left side is Bobby Duckworth. Gubin on the wing right side, and back to the Dieter Brock pitches to the left side of the flat. He's got Duckworth 25-30, 35, and he's taken out of bounds to the near sideline. Right there, short of the first down. Ron Rivera covering in the linebacking core. Gain on that play of 7. And it'll leave a second down and 3 yards to go for the Rams near the 35-yard line. Coming up tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. on WGN. You'll hear Mike Ditka live with Wally Phillips at 8:15. Jim Hart. 6:30 p.m. The Bear Report. 8:20 on Thursday. Jim McMahon live. Friday night, Sunday afternoon, special edition of Sports Central, our Bears special. And we'll have a trophy presentation immediately following the game. In the post-game coverage here this afternoon. Second down. Here's the handoff to the running back, Barry Redden. Lunging forward, hit on the play by Ron Rivera near the 38-yard line, close to the first down.
Super Bowl shuffle.
And then you forgot to mention every day for 5 or 6 days preceding the Super Bowl, we'll get a report right from New Orleans, right after each practice.
That's right.
Compliments of...
on the other side of the field.
No, that wasn't in the script, was it? Should have seen the look on Dick's face. What? Me? No. I'm going to be there, remember?
Well, if I'm there all week, I'll be glad to
the Super Bowl. The winner gets 36.
From the 38. The Rams on a 1st and 10 as they pick up the first down of that play. High formation backfield, receivers right and left. 46 seconds, under a minute to go. Handoff for Redden. Fumbles the football. Up for grabs. Dieter Brock falls on it back near the 29-yard line. The official apparently, though, had whistled the play dead near the 33. A loss of yardage. That handoff was made to the running back, and he was hit in the backfield.
And when the ball was bouncing around, Dieter was looking around before he walked. Did I go get it or what?
Nobody has left.
20 seconds remaining. The countdown is on for the Super Bowl. 16 seconds, 24-0 Bears. I don't believe they're going to get another playoff here. The Rams up to the line of scrimmage. 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. The Rams over the ball. And here's the handoff. Barry Redden off left tackle as time winds down. And Redden is brought down across the 35 off left tackle out of the 37-yard line. And this one is history with a stunning 24-0 victory over the Los Angeles Rams. The Bears have captured the NFC Championship. For the first time since 1963, they have earned the right to play for the World Championship. Fire up the gumbo and clear the French Quarter. Here we come. New Orleans for Super Bowl 20.
Well, I'll tell you what, not only do the players deserve it, the people of Chicago deserve it because they've been great fans for all these years. And I tell you, it's a dream to come true for the players, the fans, and everybody concerned with the Chicago organization.
24-0, 2 consecutive shutouts in the postseason. Dick Butkus, it just couldn't be any more exciting. And right now, let's go down to the locker room. Dave Bennett is down to the Chicago Bears locker room as the Bears enter the tunnel.
That's right, Wayne. The Bears are just coming in. The first few players have come into the locker room. Dick Stanfill, offensive line coach, coming in. Clyde Emmerich, the late coach. Kevin Butler, the rookie place kicker. Congratulations, Kevin. As the Bears come in here in just a moment, we are going to have the trophy presentation. The presentation of the George S. Hallis Trophy, which goes to the National Football Conference champion. It will be presented to Ed McCaskey, the chairman of the board of the Chicago Bears, Virginia McCaskey, the daughter of the late founder and longtime coach of the Bears, George Hallis. The Bears continuing to come in, Jim McMahon, Mike Hartenstein, Bill Tobin, the man who's up to select the personnel that have led the Bears to this National Football Conference championship. You can hear as the celebration is beginning here in the background, quarterback Jim McMahon among the more vociferous. Coach Mike Ditka walking into the locker room now, and some of the other players walking by us.
Walter Payton walking in. Congratulations, Walter. Shaking hands with everybody. Everybody has a big smile on their face, as you might imagine, here in the Bears locker room. Tom Thayer, Mike Tomczak, rookie quarterback. Mike McCaskey, the president of the Chicago Bears. As the cheers continue, Jimbo Tolbert, you hear him cheering in the background. In just a moment, we're going to have the trophy presentation, and let's see if we can grab, you hear the fridge cheering in the background. Jerry Venesi, general manager of the Bears. Jerry, how does it feel?
Oh, it's terrific. We got one more win to go yet, though, so we got one more game. We can celebrate and have a great time for Chicago tonight, but we still got one to go.
Jerry, when did you know you had it sewed up?
Oh, Dave, I felt for about midway in the third quarter that it seemed like we were in control of things. Then I figured Mr. Hallis started stirring up the weather up there to make sure that he kept things under control. So I felt about that time, but I still had the nervous feeling until it was over.
All right, we'll let you get over to the celebration here as it continues. The players continue to come in. Gary Fensick, safety of the Bears, a longtime veteran. Gary, how's it feel?
Well, I tell you, I just wish Smitty was still here, but great win. Great way to go.
Glad it lasted this long. All right, that's the words of Gary Fensick. Wayne Larrabee, we'll turn it back up to you for just a moment, and then when they get ready for the trophy presentation, we'll come down here and bring you as much of that as we can live.
Okay, Dave Ennett, we'll go back to you in a few moments. The second shutout in a row, as we had mentioned earlier in postseason, 2 consecutive shutouts in postseason competition, we're told, is an NFL record. And the Bears' well-deserved victory today over the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, let me get a comment before the highlights from everybody.
Especially for how the defense played, was Wilbur Marshall picking up that fumble after Richard Dent made the sack of Dieter Brock in the final minutes of the fourth period. Marshall going 52 yards to the end zone to tap the Bears scoring in a 24-0 victory over the Los Angeles Rams. So yes, the dream has been realized, going to New Orleans, and now they play for a championship, for the World Championship, I should say, for the first time since 1963, and that is an exciting thrill, I know, for the fans, longtime fans of the Chicago Bears, and for this football team in general. They never lost sight throughout the entire season, through the 15-1 regular season, of what the goal is, and the goal is still on the horizon for these players, and that is the Super Bowl, and they want to come away with a victory in New Orleans in a couple of weeks. You've been listening to the Chicago Bears Radio Network. We'll return to the Bears locker room right after this. Except the punters and kickers, and for the most part, the punting was well done. And now let's go down to the locker room for the presentation.
George S. Hallis Trophy. And
all right, thank you very much, Wayne Larrabee. This is Dave Ennett here in the Bears locker room. Up on the podium now, the McCaskies, Ed and Virginia. Virginia McCaskey, of course, the daughter of the late George Hallis, who founded this team and coached it for so many years. Also on the podium, Michael McCaskey, president of the Chicago Bears, and of course, head coach Mike Ditka. Right now, in the background, they are receiving the George S. Hallis Trophy, which goes to the winner of the National Football Conference. And the presentation being made. Mrs. McCaskey is speaking right now. Let's see if we can perhaps pick up a little of this.
Over in the other side of the locker room area. I'd also like to thank the Chicago Bears fans here at Soldier Field, in Chicago, and everywhere, for all the love and support that they've shown to us during this year.
Perhaps we're able to hear Mrs. McCaskey thanking the fans of Chicago and accepting the trophy with great pleasure on behalf of Chicago Bear fans everywhere. She is still speaking. We're having a little difficulty picking it up. It's very quiet here in the Bears locker room. Jim Hart is down here with me, and Jim, you're in the locker room of a team that is going to the Super Bowl, and how would you describe the mood down here right now?
Right here
it's subdued. Although Mrs. McCaskey was talking, that's why it's real subdued.
Virginia McCaskey is George Hallis' daughter. Congratulations to you, but you're going to make your presentation.
You can hear the barking there by some of the Bears defensive players.
I just want to mention first that a lot of people have said to me this
and Mrs. McCaskey still speaking up on the podium. You were saying, Jim.
Oh, what was I saying? I think the whole place is going to come just go crazy as soon as the presentation of the trophy is concerned. Then it's just going to go wild. As soon as they let the rest of the media people in here, of course everyone's just going to go crazy. It's a great atmosphere. I think the guys are ready. I mean, they're a bit subdued, like I say, but I think they're just waiting for some other people to get in here, and the ceremony's to be over, and they're just going to go just absolutely wild.
All right, we are waiting for the end of this presentation. Hopefully we'll be able to speak
to
some of the players
Mike, I'm going
and the
to
personnel.
move over to your coach, Mike Ditka, who made a lot of critical decisions. First of all,
here again.
Congratulations to you, Mike, and the Chicago Bears for this outstanding season and a great victory today.
Well, we did it this way all year as a team.
I don't think we're going to be able to pick up Mike's comments right now. So right now, let's send it back upstairs to Wayne Larrabee.
Okay, Dave Enna will be back with you in a moment. Let's go over some of the statistics of this afternoon's game for the Los Angeles Rams. They were limited to 84 yards rushing as a team. Eric Dickerson, 17 carries, 45 yards. As far as offense was concerned, just 128 total yards for the Los Angeles Rams on 57 plays. Bears, on the other hand, they got 92 yards rushing on 33 attempts. Peyton, 32 yards on 18 carries. Total offense, 59 plays for the Bears, 233 yards of total offense for Chicago. And Jim McMahon, 16 of 26, 164 yards passing into touchdown. Let's go right back down to the locker room.
All right, thank you very much, Wayne. The media is coming in here now. It's quite a scene. And we want to grab one player for a moment. Brian, do you have a second?
All right, Irv, thank you very much.
Brian Bashnagel standing with us. Unfortunately, was not in uniform for this game to play, but I know you had to be in uniform in spirit, Brian. You were unable to play this year, but up till now. But you've been with this ball